Project, yeah. Project 365, trading live every day. Project 365, making money the rate trades way. We got Jake, Mitch and Mr. Rate Trades, catching those level to levels. The mastermind, big brain, your main host with the most. Ripping the J's on stream, living the Puerto Rican dream. Got Mr. Mitch Gamma, the freak with the Greeks. Professor in the lab, making all of the reads. Writing that prescription, boy, you better listen. Lomeli, power hour using ICT, finding FVGs and scalping away, hitting TP, shouting cold RT, run G with the evening vibes, busting that oil. NYM, Mr. Ohio, you could say that's him. Alan Zhang, Mr. Midnight, giving out all the gems. If you see that treat on camera, you know he just nailed the winner. Project 365, always winning the most. These are the best of the best. Project 365 hosts. Project 365 live free, everyday proper count. Giveaways, trading the rate trades way. Project. Project, yeah. Project 365, trading live every day. Project 365, making money the rate trades way. We got Jake, Mitch and Mr. Rate Trades, catching those level to levels. The mastermind, big brain, your main host with the most. Ripping the J's on stream, living the Puerto Rican dream. Got Mr. Mitch Gamma, the freak with the Greeks. Professor in the lab, making all of the reads. Writing that prescription, boy, you better listen. Lomeli, power hour using ICT, finding FVGs and scalping away, hitting TP, shouting cold RT, run G with the evening vibes, busting that oil. NYM, Mr. Ohio, you could say that's him. Alan Zhang, Mr. Midnight, giving out all the gems. If you see that treat on camera, you know he just nailed the winner. Project 365, always winning the most. These are the best of the best. Project 365 hosts. Project 365 live free, everyday proper count. Giveaways, trading the rate trades way. Project. Project, yeah. Project 365, trading live every day. Project 365, making money the rate trades way. We got Jake, Mitch and Mr. Rate Trades, catching those level to levels. The mastermind, big brain, your main host with the most. Ripping the J's on stream, living the Puerto Rican dream. Got Mr. Mitch Gamma, the freak with the Greeks. Professor in the lab, making all of the reads. Writing that prescription, boy, you better listen. Lomeli, power hour using ICT, finding FVGs and scalping away, hitting TP, shouting cold RT, run G with the evening vibes, busting that oil. NYM, Mr. Ohio, you could say that's him. Alan Zhang, Mr. Midnight, giving out all the gems. If you see that treat on camera, you know he just nailed the winner. Project 365, always winning the most. These are the best of the best. Project 365 hosts. Project 365 live free, everyday proper count. Giveaways, trading the rate trades way. Project. Project, yeah. Project 365, trading live every day. Project 365, making money the rate trades way. We got Jake, Mitch and Mr. Rate Trades, catching those level to levels. The mastermind, big brain, your main host with the most. Ripping the J's on stream, living the Puerto Rican dream. Got Mr. Mitch Gamma, the freak with the Greeks. Professor in the lab, making all of the reads. Writing that prescription, boy, you better listen. Lomeli, power hour using ICT, finding FVGs and scalping away, hitting TP, shouting cold RT, run G with the evening vibes, busting that oil. NYM, Mr. Ohio, you could say that's him. Alan Zhang, Mr. Midnight, giving out all the gems. If you see that treat on camera, you know he just nailed the winner. Project 365, always winning the most. These are the best of the best. Project 365 hosts. Project 365 live free, everyday proper count. Giveaways, trading the rate trades way. Project. Project, yeah. Project 365, trading live every day. Project 365, making money the rate trades way. We got Jake, Mitch and Mr. Rate Trades, catching those level to levels. The mastermind, big brain, your main host with the most. Ripping the J's on stream, living the Puerto Rican dream. Got Mr. Mitch Gamma, the freak with the Greeks. Professor in the lab, making all of the reads. Writing that prescription, boy, you better listen.
Coming in hot. Boom. What's up, motherfuckers? Not the best intro, but we are here. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's see who we got here. Victoria, Elusive, Vish, Balaji, Matterman, Hellboy. What's up? Hope we're doing well today. I am loving today. Today is a good day. For the profile, for the plan, and I cannot wait to cover it with you guys. Thumbnail is awesome. Uh-oh. What's the thumbnail? Do I even want to know? What thumbnail? What are we talking about? For the stream? Did it change? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, what? Like, I hope my face isn't on there. I didn't put anything. Otherwise, I would have shit myself. All right, guys. Well, we'll kind of let some people trickle in here. Hopefully, everyone is doing well. I'm not sure who had access or watched my Instagram or the YouTube that I post. I do try to post in both places closer to the open. Obviously I'm posting to the Discord much earlier than that. Most of the overnight kind of action dovetails nicely with what we post in the pre-market plan anyway. So what you guys see on my screen is I was actually talking to someone I'm working with on a one-on-one basis about how I would trade MNQ off of this profile, even though NQ was much, much weaker relatively, right, than ES. So I just took a single MNQ just as like a proof of concept. But what I did was I used it to kind of say, hey, if ES works into this big strike here on the pre-market profile, right, what I'm looking for at that point would be an immediate reaction. And could it come back and fill the entirety of this zone? So this little arrow that you see here was kind of meant to be a sign of how I think this range would play out. And if you look at what happened when we actually tested this down here on a sell, it was pretty much that. We came back up into this kind of range. And my expectation was you either reject it and come back down here and chop around, maybe end up finishing a little bit higher, or the opposite happens. You test up into this range, which is what's happening right now, right? And you grind up under it, and maybe you get the breakout to kind of pin up higher. That was essentially my two plans on the day coming in. I didn't really have a plan for higher. I mean, I mentioned it that, if you cover over here, then maybe you can extend and go test up here and get a kind of a trend day. But the risk on the day was always this. It was always this getting pinned in this lower range inside of this bigger range, right? So I'll share with you guys some notes that I posted last night, why the overnight action kind of lent itself to this exact behavior coming in on the day. But this trade on NQ was a counter to a short that I was in from the open, risking 10 points to make this and maybe this extension down here. So my first trim I took here, I got trail stopped out right about here, and that's why I took the long on MNQ to say, if ES tests into this, I'm already short ES. What can I do to express this kind of reaction that I would expect on NQ instead? Now the risk is obviously that NQ was, much weaker than ES on the day. You can see that just from the total range, right? Like a 400 point range. So, or 500 points really. But with that, what you can see is that the structure of ES and SPX options positioning can lead to the same kind of reactions on NQ. So I've said this multiple times to people who are like, well, how do you trade NQ on this? This is how. I wait for ES to get to a spot, and depending on if I'm already in an ES trade or not, I will take the counter trade on NQ. So if you took one NQ instead of one MNQ on that move, you caught well over 100 points. If you actually got the right entry, which I was slow to take because I was talking to somebody about it and screenshotting and blah, blah, blah. Had you taken that when we first tested into that 7,600 on ES, you know, obviously it would be a bottom wick. You give yourself a 20-point stop and say, prove it. And even then, that's like a 150-point move on NQ. But that is how you trade NQ off of this. You use the ES and SPX structure of these positions, right? And you can trade NQ off of it, even if they are not directly correlated. They're not moving the exact same. So if you want to know why there's edge in this across more than just ES and SPX, there you have it. So I'm not going to belabor that point. But the plan for the day coming in, again, was for me, that's a big resistance up here at this position. I'm not positive that we get over it. I'm willing to take a stab short as we moved here into this spot. And I ended up, like I said, I thought this would maybe be the floor under 76.20. If we got continuation from there, I want a test of 7,600. I don't know that we materially sell under that. So we will go to our notes here and we will show you guys what I posted this morning. So this is pre-market. Let me know if you guys can make that out or not. I'll shrink it a little bit. Okay. So here's our range, right? 76.40 ES to 76.20 and then 7,600. So we've got kind of a top, a middle, and a bottom. So I'm thinking it's a range day. There's obviously the potential to break out and go higher. But as you can see here, I don't know that we got downside continuation unless you got some sustained volatility. So that's why I played that initial bounce on NQ there, assuming if we got there, we would bounce, blah, blah, blah. And then the last little bit was right here at 10:50. So I want you to look at that timestamp and that message. I will give you all a moment to read unless you want me to ASMR it for you. But basically the gist of it was, as we come into that support, I would need to see volatility keep expanding. I would need to see a really strong sell to move materially lower. Else, I think we bounce, and there's a strong possibility we go right back up to the top of that range. Well, chat, let's go to the tape. 10:50. What happened? Vol got crushed. VIX rejected higher, and we went right up under 76.25. How can you forecast that? How could that possibly be something you could predict with a high degree of certainty? If we sell into this and vol doesn't sustain, then I'm looking for a bounce from here, at least back to the top of this range. Mechanically, that should happen. And it did, right? So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to drop NQ off here because it looks like we'll take the break-even stop on that, and that was not intended. I mean, obviously I should have probably taken some profit there structurally as ES was testing into that resistance, right? This was kind of a best-case scenario. But clearly NQ is just the relatively weak name, which is fine. But I'll show you guys something else that's fun. Ba-bam! Why would I take that short if I was long NQ? Because this is resistance until it's not. So if we reject here, we should go here. And if we get continued selling, then we should go here. Same thing on ES. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Isn't it cool having a plan for both directions on the day? I don't know, guys. That's just my system. I hope it makes sense to you. And if not, ask me some questions. But we're here. We've got a whole hour to discuss. So, is it clear for everybody, the pre-market plan? Why these strikes and behaviors had certain expectations around them? I hope the answer is yes. But if it's not, feel free to ask the question, right? So let's go ahead. We will pivot a little bit. I'm going to get rid of these drawings. Matterman says crystal clear. Love to hear it. All right. That was pre-market. What are we working with? that support does not look nearly as strong as it did a little while ago, but on its own, that's not what is important. If you guys are new, this won't make sense to you, and we'll explain. But what do you think I'm going to say about why 7600 ES is kind of inherently supportive? Anybody? Bueller? Why do I still think, even though 7600 isn't a big bar, why is it supportive? Bingo! Matterman. I would have accepted shape if you really wanted to get me hard. Sorry. I'll not be vulgar. But it's the internet. Who gives a shit? But yeah, basically the shape. The flow, okay, is kind of saying if you're not under these strikes, as time goes on into the afternoon, it kind of wants to just kind of set a floor on the day to say it should be about here. Now, if we get under this strike here at 7605, it could compel you down to kind of test this 75, 85, 80, right? But unless you are under this, it is technically buying, right? It is supportive. And if we think about that, and we're holding over this strike, it should be easy to see where it kind of wants us to settle on the day. Which, if you look at the pre-market plan, it's kind of saying this is like a big magnet area. The totality of everything down here and everything above us is kind of saying it's likely to finish kind of dead in the middle, this 25-20 area. So look at this chart. Keep this in mind, okay? Everything about this shape on the day coming in, if you look at the pre-market, has it really fundamentally changed based on that intraday positioning? Even though this bar is really small, doesn't this kind of tell you the same thing? Unless you're way down here, there's not a big risk of a sell-off, right? There would have to be what? Strong selling equals higher volatility. And it has to be more than everything down here kind of passively keeping us up. Thank you, Peter. Exactly. So if you don't have that, you can't really drop through here. So what am I looking at? Is VIX breaking and holding over 16 today? Sure tried. But then it failed, and now it's just chopping around. Every time it tries to go lower, every time VIX tries to spike, where do we go? First time, second time. It's not even giving it a third time. We just kind of want to keep going back up to the middle. Okay? And that's this, like I said, if you just had the pre-market structure today, this was your whole plan for the day. So as things shift around from the morning to post-London, which is what this is looking at, isn't the structure largely intact? The key strike on the morning that we sold through and became our ceiling and is our current ceiling, still there? Yep. 7640, this key strike from the morning, still there? Yep. 7670 up top, still there? Yep. 7485, kind of 80 on SPX. Has that shifted a little bit? Sure. But it was basically 7580 on ES. Everything is still essentially in the same place. VIX is average of 1 month away options, still predictive more than fixed strike. Well, Peter, I would be looking at fixed strike, but I'm just saying, like, even just as a simple measure to look at, you could kind of say that the majority of the things that we care about that really drive VIX near term is the front end, meaning now to 30 days. It's a pretty close approximation. If you looked at fixed strike vol on fixed strike vol, that is your best like immediate gauge. But even if you just use VIX as like a, hey, how are things moving as we move into these areas on the chart and into these positions in particular, it's close enough and easy enough if you want to have a simple approach. You don't need to make it more complex than that. Vish says, these keep getting bigger and smaller every 10 minutes. Do you take those into consideration or stick with the initial profile? I think I just answered it. The pre-market profile drives everything that I do because those positions, when I'm looking intraday, how much do the key strikes change, if at all? If they don't change, then I don't care that much. It's something I keep an eye on, certainly. But overall, what has changed between the pre-market and now? Not much. If anything, it's gotten stronger, right? We have more working against us to move materially over 76.25. So to me, by default, we are likelier to just pin that. Whether we break above it and come back down, that is like the magnet on the day. We can't get enough selling to move below it because everything below us is kind of bringing the floor up, right? Someone's pulling the ladder up behind them saying, you don't have as far to go. But then there's also a ceiling saying, hey, if you don't have enough juice, if you're not strong enough to break this, you're sure as shit not going here. You might get a little assistance, but again, it's resistance above you until it's not. This doesn't turn into support for you at 76.25 until you are sitting over it and holding it, right? This is selling against you until you make it work for you, and the market makers have to buy with you. You have to push through, and then they're helping. But we've got another big ceiling above us. So the whole thing coming in on the day that was very, very obvious from the pre-market was range. These purple lines were the expected move on the day. That expected move has gotten smaller as time has gone on today, which is why the range keeps getting smaller and smaller. So it's really easy to have the expectation, this is our range. 25 to 7,600 on ES. This is your range for the afternoon, unless something changes to shift the narrative. So if it shifts the narrative, what would that require? It would require getting under this, and you're probably only coming back to here, unless you get enough juice. And if you want to look at the intraday instead to say, well, maybe there's more risk than that, sure. But unless you are under 75.90, everything is still pointing you back up in some way. If you're not under that strike, it wants you to go here, right? You got all this saying go up there. I just don't see some big sell. So if you were short, what was the best short? Anything into this region, right? I don't know, guys. Sure makes a lot of sense to me. If it doesn't to you, that's entirely fine. But I hope it does. Shorted from 76.35 to 76.03. Hey, that was my morning short. Oh, that was not a yes. And my trading view just went shit. I can't find it, but long story short, just trust me, bro. This was a short this morning. I shared it in the Discord too. But that was the cleanest short on the day. So let's actually go look at that quick. So if you guys are just joining, number one, thanks for being here. Number two, this was my short this morning. I was in 2 ES. This was my risk. My first trim was here, or sorry, 76.20 or 18, I think it was the bottom of this range. So I took one contract off there, and I took my next one off on a stop right here. I wanted this, and I was holding the short to see if we could get that extension down on like a grindy chop down. But then I took a long on MNQ, from right here. Obviously that got stopped at break even. That was an example trade with someone I was working with. But the idea was if we make this retracement and NQ catches some relative strength on the back of that kind of a recovery, it's likely to go all the way back up here into the 3700s. Where was the entry on the short? Zacho, mine was actually in the middle of this red bar. So I think I caught this wick right here. And it was this. So I think it was like, yeah, I'd have to double check the number. Let me look here. 32.25. So it was actually a little lower. Yep, it was this little candle here on the 5-minute. So not bad. Obviously, if that went all the way, which to the wick, you know, on the number 7,600, it's a 3.5 hour trade. But again, I was in 2 contracts. I was trying to pass an eval in 1 trade. And we got almost there. But then again, I took that MNQ, which if I would have just held that with the original stop loss, that would be all right. But that was clearly the easiest short on the day. You could have gotten even better entry. I think actually my runner, I think I added to it if I looked at my execution. Let me look at trade of 8. Yeah, so my first entry was the higher one, which is what I had here. And the second one was that 32.25 I added into it so that I had exposure to be able to trim more than one in case we got into this lower range. But that was kind of the attractive short thesis on the day, was if we break into this lower range and we get stuck there, we should definitely go down here. If we get here, I don't think we sell unless vol spikes, so then we're probably going to retrace up here. And that's why I took the MNQ. Who am I listening to? Honestly, I forgot to put Apple Music on. That is the goofy AI song that I created for the channel. So it mentions me, Jay, like all of the hosts, and it has a little blurb about each one of us, but it's in like the grime Fred again combo style is what it was supposed to be mimicking. I actually think it's pretty good. I don't know about you guys. I actually think it's low-key, kind of slaps, but yeah, that is what's playing right now. So yeah, dude, I actually think it's legit. I actually think it's a legit song. I think it's a banger, I would say. Each one of us has our own little spotlight in there. I kind of love it. So I haven't messed with it beyond that. I know there's been, I think his name's Armani, has created a few of those. So yeah. Right now I'm copy trading Tradeify, and then I'm copy trading Lucid as well. Do not ask stupid questions. Is there a video series in Discord explaining basics? Basics of this, Randy? Of the dealer positioning? No. No. It's not like a core tenet of the Discord like the Mastermind program. So if the video series that's in the Discord is the Mastermind program specifically. All of this stuff, if you want to work with me on it, I've been doing some one-on-one stuff to kind of layer it in if you want to use it with your existing system or you want to make it your primary one. Just hit the link in the bio on my Instagram if you want to know more about that, which I will provide to you here. But there's a little link in my bio on Insta that you can look at. All right, let's see. Took the same short Miller. Very nice. All right, guys, so here we are. We are in this range. We are bouncing around. So if we want to start thinking about the idea of charm, right? Just the passage of time, what's going to happen? How should we think about the current positioning and what that kind of tells us for a story in the afternoon? And the easiest way to think about this right now is probably that the kind of loose floor for the day on ES in particular is down here, right? This is kind of the, I would say like the bottom I would expect us to go. And the reason for that is just the straddle currently is pricing in about a 15-point move from here. So if we go look at what that would look like, it's pretty much telling you the range that we have drawn here with the positions from the pre-market profile is still kind of holding steady, right? If you doubled that move and you got the full 30 points from the morning from here, that would put you down kind of at the bottom of that floor. So that's kind of where I'm looking at this to say that's where we could go. But as long as we are over this and over this, we are likelier to finish either here or here, right? With an outside shot of up here if we actually somehow cover 76.25 on ES. ASMR channels do millions of views. You could make a packet, just don't put ads in the middle. I'll take your word for it. The amount of times I've heard that from somebody in here is crazy. Hopefully you don't hear me scratching my beard too. Oh, that's funny, dude. I don't know what it is. I always thought I had kind of like a little lisp thing. So I've always been a little self-conscious about that. But it is kind of funny. Sorry, I gotta check my work email. Not urgent. What's up, Tay Day? Thanks for joining. Doing well. If you are just joining, thanks for joining, guys. We did just cover Tay Day, kind of my morning put play. And then we also covered how I took an MNQ long. Let's get rid of that straddle. That's ugly on here. Oh, we'll leave it. Fuck it. But basically, this area right here is where I went long on MNQ as we came into a support area on ES. So as we came in here, this is where I expected a bounce. So I took the bounce play on MNQ. I do if I'm counter to ES today. Like I never really go full size on NQ because ES is my primary vehicle. And generally I'm also, excuse me, leveraging SPX trades. I like having cash. Like props are great, don't get me wrong. It's fun for directional stuff. But my primary method of making money is SPX. So generally I'm taking put spreads and call spreads the same direction that I'm taking a futures trade. And then that way I'm not really like heavily leveraged into NQ. So I'll always counter with MNQ more often than not. With VS3D, we need to see portfolios of all market makers. They can't hide big option positions in Switzerland. Is that where you're from, Peter? Are you Swiss? Yeah, VS3D is it's coming directly from SIBO, so there's no hiding anything. It's tagged directly with who the participant was. Was it a buyer? Was it a prop firm? Or sorry, was it a firm, a customer, a fund of some kind, or a market maker? That's the gist of it. All right, so for you guys to see, I did just take this little example from the intraday positioning, or sorry, where is it? Here, just to show you the same thing. If we're in this range, short the top of the range. If you're at the bottom of the range, long the bottom of the range. So this is kind of your opportunity. I just put a couple on. These are just example trades, guys. It's nothing to make or break the bank, but it's just to show you if you're in a range day, if you know you're in a range day, trade the edges of the range until that changes. So same reason I took a long from the bottom on MNQ is the same reason I took a short at the same time from MES from the top of the range. Pre-market and even the current market looks choppy sideways. It's also what you had mentioned. Do you generally avoid days like this, or are you doing it just for the stream? Man, I didn't take a 2 ES short to capture 30 points just for the stream, my guy. So, no. I am trading this with the expectation it was range and chop. I currently on SPX, I have a 76.25 fly on. Or sorry, a 75.55 fly, but I only did a 10 wide. Like I wasn't looking for anything crazy. I entered that when we were down here because the further you get away from your target strike, the cheaper it is. The straddle had already decayed pretty much a decent amount. So that's what I'm sitting in. If we finish, within 10 points of 76.25 ES, for example, my SPX trade will bank me $1,000 relative to what I paid for it. So like I have trades like that on, especially on choppy days where I feel like I have an edge and I know where it's more likely to finish than not. So hopefully that answers your question. But even on rangy, choppy days, if you come in, let's go back. Let's read. I tend to think we're stuck in this range. Trade the edges of that. Otherwise, there's a potential to break out and trend, but it's highly unlikely. Coming in on the day, why do you think I shorted the top of the range? Huh? Right? There you go. Hopefully that answers it, Vish. But like that's why, like, if you look at the structure and you know coming in, you are more likely to chop and range than you are at trending on the given day. Kind of stops you from looking for some huge breakout, right? So what is attractive to me for a short today? If I came in on the day and I'm looking, I'll get back to the screen for you guys, right? What about it this morning made this attractive to me for a short? Why was this particular short position the one I was horny for? Because I had knowledge that, oh shit, sorry, that's very poorly done. Anyway, we'll do this. I had knowledge that if we couldn't get over this big resistance that I knew was sitting there, right, and we sold through this, I should be able to take a trim if we hold this zone, and I'll go break even from there and just say, you know what, fine. I got this little capture. It was something, you know, it was like whatever, 15 points. But if it drops out the bottom of this range, it should definitely go test this key support because there's nothing between these 2 points. And what did we do? We came down, we got close, rejected. Came down and bounced, rejected. So you literally could have shorted this and longed this like 3 different times today. Right? Is that clear? If you have the advantage of knowing exactly what the range is before it happens, or should be, right? Then you use that if then. If we can't break the lows, we're likely to come back and test the highs. I'm going to long from here. If we can't break the highs, I'm taking a managed risk, and I think we're going to go back to the lows from there. Thank you, Vish. That's it. That's the whole edge of this. You can have the most accurately defined risk to reward positions possible because you actually know what is sitting there that has a very specific reaction, and you also know what would have to happen for that reaction to not matter, right? So coming in on the day, why would I long MNQ even though I was in this short to this spot? This was my short, and I said I want a touch of 7,600, but I also think the reaction would be a bounce. I'm not going to exit my short. I'm going to trail my stop a little bit tighter, which is why I got stopped out right here, right? But I also took a long on MNQ from right here. That net, you know, what was that, 100 something points, right? Yeah. I think it was 74.07 or something. Yeah, well over 150 points. And I'm not bullshitting either. I'll show you the picture. If you guys want to see it, maybe. Maybe I can do that. Where'd it go? That's not it. Just trust me. I showed it in the Discord, so I'm not full of shit. Like I promise you guys, I took the long from there. I was working with somebody on one-on-one basis and said, here's how I would trade NQ from here. And that's where I went long. But that was the idea. The same thing, Vish. If there's a support right there, I'm going to long it, even if I'm already in this short on ES, right? I'm going to use the same information and trade that reaction. Eddie, options are a different vehicle. You have to know what you're doing with options. Options are about convexity of pricing, right? Futures are about points collection. You don't magically get to 3x your trade in a 5-point move the way that that can happen on options, right? You're getting paid per point. Options are different. Options have more going on. If you don't understand that relationship between volatility and time, then it doesn't make sense to trade options. Betting the house that 75.30 holds. I wouldn't say betting the house. I just think there's more to say that it holds than there is to say it breaks. And if it breaks, I would expect it to be kind of a grindy mess. Personally, that's what I think. But I'm happy to be wrong, right? I'm sitting in this little MES short. If it works, then I get to my target down here. If that breaks. If not, then we're probably going to go and stop me out up here. But I just think the passage of time is telling you, these little kind of turquoise bars on the screen, guys, that the market doesn't even expect that to happen, right? But if it does happen, there is a chance to finish up here instead. It's just about having that if-then. Yeah, that's just it, Vish. I'm not like really worried about this trade, right? This wasn't, I just let like a 200 point or 150 point winner on MNQ go because it was one contract. That was more of just an example trade for a student I was working with. So like, I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. You know what I mean? If I caught 30 points on ES, I'm not going to cry over 10 point stop on 2 MES, right? So 100 cons in the money. Let's go. All right, Gordino. Go ham. But yes, guys, I like I said, I trade futures, but I also like trading SPX because SPX gives me the immediate cash. Tomorrow morning, I take my profits. It's in my bank account. I start again. Especially for you guys who are like, you know, people who had the problems with PDT. With that gone and you have a margin account, if you're responsible with it and you trade some spreads on SPX or XSP or SPY, you can use this information and you can turn that $2,000 minimum into 20K if you do it right, you know. Maybe a stupid question. I understand SPX is key, but some people also use QQQ GEX zones. What's the reason? I don't mind any of that. Because, Vix, the idea that anyone is actually hedging NQ positions with QQQ is fanciful. There is not the liquidity and the direct correlation between those two instruments the way that there is between SPX and ES. Part of the reason for that is QQQ is technically an ETF, right? SPX is cash settled. You could make a stronger argument for NDX and NQ, but NDX is not as liquid. I dare you to go trade NDX the way that you trade SPX. See what happens. Tay-Day, if I'm trading a prop, I don't get that cash tomorrow unless I'm trading like TPT or something. My primary vehicle that I like to trade is SPX because it's cash settled. So then I can just withdraw it in the morning. There's no rules. It's my money. Would I buy another bounce off 7,600? I would, but with less conviction. I think you also have to kind of take this into account, guys. If you're like technical traders or TA or price action, what about this on a 15-minute chart tells you anything about buying? It is less attractive to me now. Because if anything, the farther I am from up here and the more we keep selling, the more likely I am to just hold this short and expect us to grind here and then maybe push through and come back to it. Maybe we range here. You could buy the lows because, again, I talked about the idea of time is kind of telling you everything below me is kind of saying we should go higher. That is still true. I just don't think that I have as much conviction at this point as I did earlier. Right? Because if I look at the intraday positioning, what I'm banking on is the fact that we don't get sold through this number. But there's enough little stuff down here that could make things move a little faster if what happens? Volatility pops again. So if we get another little pop like this and VIX goes to test the highs of the day and we're under this key strike, all of a sudden we have a few more things that could maybe send us lower. This is only supportive in the sense of the passage of time is telling me that as long as I'm not down here, it should kind of keep passively floating me up. But what is stronger, passive or active? market orders or limit orders. Okay. Easy peasy. You can help with this. I'm good at doing the levels and all, but out of Jake's whole mastermind, what I got from it was to trade failures to go higher and to go lower, but it feels like I'm gambling. What am I missing? That is why in the mastermind system, multi-time frame analysis is key, because you have failures to go higher and lower all the time within broader trends of higher and lower timelines, right? So if you have a failure to go higher on one time frame, what does that mean for the higher time frame? How do those things all correlate together to give you a higher probability or confluence? But every trade is a gamble. Every trade is a 50-50. We're just trying to say, at least with this program and what I use, if I know what the reaction is going to be, without a shadow of a doubt from market makers, depending on how big or small that position is, and what volatility is doing and what the volatility reaction is at that same strike, I'm making a higher probability gamble that this is going to move the market in one direction or another, right? So that is that is the basis of what I look at. But it can still be overwhelmed. That's the idea, like I said, of time. These arrows are making the assumption that we stay over these strikes. If we are under this strike, that tells me a potentially different story, because market makers would then be selling with momentum, but is that selling actively enough to overcome the passively, just by virtue of time, buying pressure that everything down here is doing? Because if you're not under these strikes, market makers are just buying futures. Every 5 minutes, they're buying more futures and more futures and more futures until we hit the clock end right here on the chart where my cursor is. So between right now and 3 p.m. Central, if you're not down under here and making these things matter differently, it's just going to be like keeping a balloon underwater. Eventually, if you can't hold that balloon underwater, it's just going to want to come back up. So where is it going to want to come back up to? If it's not down under here, it's probably going to end up here. Everything is pointing to a finish around 76.25. The only thing that would change that story is if something materially kept us lower here. And right now, there is not enough active selling to counter all of the passive buying. That's all you can take away from right now. This is some weak ass selling if they can't even get it down here. Right? And for the record, I'm looking at my chart here. I'm talking to you over here. So if you keep seeing me look over here, that is why. It confuses me sometimes. I was all buys today on NQ and ES. I took in, over the opening print buy on NQ. Stop loss got hit. Did I miss something about sellers today? Well, I think right off the bat, the answer would be NQ was relatively weak even compared to ES, right? But ES rejected what was a very strong resistance. Positionally speaking, that would have made it difficult to go long. It would have had more work to do to go long today on ES right off the bat than it would have had to go lower. That would be my answer to that. So you took a shot and you missed. If you didn't have any additional data to tell you anything different and you were going off of the opening print or you had a level, you were looking for a reaction and a signal and you took it and it didn't work out. And that's every day in the market. Can I explain what are the indicators? Not the strike positions, but the expected move. Okay. Vish, that is just a reflection of like at the start of the day, coming in, these purple lines here, the expected move is 30 points. So from the opening print, 30 points from that to the upside was here. 30 points to the, that can't possibly be right. Hold on. Oh, well. Evidently it is. But that was the idea, was that from the, oh, that's why I'm on a 15-minute chart. So from today, from this opening print right here, from 76.30 or whatever, 28, 30 points puts you here, 30 points to the downside put you here. We hit the bottom of the expected move on the day. That's just telling you like what the market was saying the options positioning was approximating the range to be. They matter in the sense of it's telling you like what is actively being influential to market makers based on where spot price is. So right now, if the current straddle has decayed down to 15 points, which is what these little kind of turquoise bars are, right? It's telling you that right now, this strike is influential, and this strike or strikes in that range are currently driving market maker behavior. So it's just an approximation of like what is the market telling you it could move to. How come lately it feels like I'm trading more off market sentiment, news, and Trump tweets rather than higher time frame? What seems like the most obvious way to go? Is that wrong? Those things influence the market, but in my view, a news headline hits. You move 30 points, but you stop at a specific spot. Why did we stop at that specific spot? In my experience, more often than not, it's because there's some kind of a key strike or number of positions that elicit a response. So the same thing today about why we wicked into this 7,600. And at the time we wicked into it, the positioning was such that this was a strong support. Same with this initial foray down. We got an immediate reaction and bounced back higher, right? Through this entire range, essentially. We didn't touch into it, but we got pretty damn close, right? And then we bounced and came all the way back to the top of that range. The reason for that is there's a behavior here. This strong support, there's a lot of futures that have to be bought if price moves into that range. So what I look at is I know that that should happen. So I can make a bet. I can risk 5 points. I could risk 10 points. If I did that here, what was the low number? 75, 98, 75. So if I said, if we touch 7,600, I'm going to risk 5 points, but I could potentially capture 25 points. That's a great R to R. But news could have accelerated that down. On another day, if we were holding over this strike and we got news and it was positive, we could have accelerated through this thin range and rejected here. Or if the momentum was strong, we rip right through that and we go 100 points like that. News is the trigger, right? The ammo is the positioning and what happens when we move into those areas. That's what I would tell you. So in a headline-driven market, it helps to know where the risk areas are and where they're not. Are the straddles respected more often than not? I understand it can never be exact, but the probability. It's a moving target, right? Straddles expand and contract based off of like the kind of implied volatility is what you would say. So how much is being priced in range versus out? And then as those things decay with time, right? As options decay, so all the people that love the word theta, as the delta decays and the premium decays on those contracts, the range gets smaller because less and less options are being priced in as realistic to finish in the money before the end of the day. So right now we've got 2 hours and 45 minutes before the market closes. So we'll draw our big line in the sand for the end of day right here. So we've got between right here and this blue line to the end of the day. These little turquoise lines are telling you between now and then, this range is likely to keep shrinking. And what do we know about the positions? I would gamble that we finish up against this one or maybe lower. But intraday positioning is telling you the key strikes that matter from the pre-market are the ones you are more likely to finish up against because they've been held all day long. They are more influential all day as opposed to the things that come and go intraday. Risk levels are the levels from the mastermind, the open of the candle that changes trend. That is the rake trade levels, yes. What I am looking at is different. But if you look at how they correlate, I got a lot of shit on my screen, so I'm going to remove a bunch of stuff so we can talk to this a little bit better. So for all of you people who, I'm going to get rid of the expected move and all this stuff. Let's keep it simple. rake trades levels are where? 76.25, 76.46. Coming in on the day, my strongest levels would have been those two things. Obviously, this one was the more important one to me, but it's confluence. So if you trade the rake trade system and you didn't have what I had, what would you have done today? 5-minute chart. What would you have done today? Failures to hold the opening print. I'm looking for a rejection of the opening print. I give myself a 10-point stop to the high of day. If you're just trading price action, there's your mastermind system. If you want a little bit more confluence, why is this level more important than this one? Right? Because if you were waiting for this level for a rejection, you might not ever get to it knowing that you had 2 strikes of market maker selling against you sitting there the whole time. It's just confluence, guys. This isn't to say there's anything wrong with the rake levels. If anything, what gives them power is where you see what actually has confluence with them. So if you were looking for a sell all the way down to 75.20 today, thinking you're going to get a level-to-level move, I've got news for you. You're probably not getting there unless a lot of shit breaks right for you. So if you didn't know where to put a trim target today because you didn't have any of this positioning, what are you looking at? Unless you're looking at yesterday's open, meaning yesterday's low. We bounced off that. If you had this system, why do you think that level was more important in the morning? Because there's something that's telling me there has to be buying there by default. Confluence. The more confluence you have, the more confidence you have, the higher probability of an outcome you can forecast from it. So, why did I get here versus why did I only use the mastermind program and levels before? I just had the question of why. Why do some levels get more respect than others, right? Why did that one reject and that one support? Now I know. Okay? Data is everything. If you journal, what are you using? You're using data to inform your future decisions and forecast future outcomes. If I would have done this, then this happened. I didn't do that. How can I do that differently next time? You are tracking something. You are journaling it. You are creating and entering data. This is also data. This is market data. They can't hide it. This isn't some dark pool bullshit. This is literally options positioning that have to be managed all day long as they're held to the tune of billions of dollars. If you know where that money is sitting and you think about the idea of liquidity, there you go. Oh, let's see. Applied vol is calculated as a simple continuation of immediate volatility. I'll have to come back to that one, Randy. I'm not really making much sense of that. But implied volatility is essentially whether or not something is more or less likely to finish in the money from an option standpoint. Another stupid question. Most times the big zones hold strong, but sometimes the small ones also hold well. Why is that? Not just today. In general. It's more often than not a consequence of the broader positioning and what it implies. So the same reason why today I don't think we materially lose 7,600 is because of everything below it. There's not really a lot here. There's a bunch of small strikes, but unless you're under this, everything under and up to it is passively buying. Okay? So it's the idea of the range of things. Unless you are in it and something is changing the behavior, you expect the base behavior. So yeah, when I say something is thin, it just means you can move easier between those areas. So looking at this range on the morning until the London close, right? Why, and post-London close really, why do you think we have continued to chop only within this range and not beyond it? Because everything between it is thin to non-existent, which is where your room is. Because no one is actively doing anything there. So if you know where those air pockets are, it's a lot easier to move through a place like that right, than there is where there's a big puddle of mud where you might get stuck. So hopefully that makes sense. Am I making sense? Do I sound like a nut job? You tell me. Hopefully I am clear. If I'm not clear, then I'll get better. But the idea is, this is very much an if-then situation. You guys ever forget a password, but you know you're typing it right? Holy shit. My God. Anyway. Yeah, Vish, that's kind of the idea until it's actually forced to have a reaction, because price is in those areas. They're essentially working in tandem, right? All right. Thank you, Miggy. I'm glad that is making sense. But for me, guys, again, where do I think we end up? I materially think we just end up pinning closer to 75, kind of 20 to 25 up in here, as opposed to below. I think the only way we go lower is if we get some kind of continued persistent volatility. As you can see, VIX can't even break over 16. Every time we've moved lower, VIX goes to consolidate. VIX also has an expiration today and settles tomorrow. If you guys, I will probably start doing something for VIX so you guys can actually have a better indication there. But basically, you'll have to take my word for it. With the positions rolling off for VIX, they are managed the same way that they are with these positions on SPX. So imagine that VIX at 17. We'll do this. VIX 17, for example, has a big green bar up here. Okay, like this is a big green bar at 17, and then there's another green bar at 1650, and basically it's telling you this. Maybe this would have been easier. This is a bunch of market makers long VIX, meaning they are selling VIX futures as VIX moves up into 1650 or higher, all the way to 1750 technically. So if we aren't materially spiking on VIX, there's no real fear of the market selling down. There's no additional volatility to help us keep selling if we go lower. It's just going to be kind of like a slow, steady, grindy move down. Because passively, everything below us is trying to kind of decay up. So if we look at the current positions, what do we know? Unless we get some volatility and some follow through, we are likely to either pin here or bounce and pin back up here, because the shape of everything is saying if you're not under this, you go higher. If you are under it, where can you go lower? Right? 75.80 was always my kind of target, even from the pre-market. Why is that? Strongest balance, right? 75.80. Passive, active. Active flow and volatility will always overwhelm the passive stuff. So when I say support, I say this range is supportive, because if there's not enough active selling to change the narrative that this is all passively buying, we are where we are, right? So just since we started this stream, the straddle has decayed about 5 points. So 5 points of range has been effectively priced out of the expected move between here and the end of the day. If we just keep grinding and chopping in a 5 to 10 point range, guess what? That number is going to keep coming down. So then you either have a mispricing of the range, meaning the opportunity is to trade outside of that. Like right now, if it's telling you it's a 15-point move, if we traded beyond that, then any options that lied outside of that range are going to appreciate in value more as a result of that volatility changing. Implied volatility versus realized volatility. Does the thing that was implied to go to this value actually realize that value or not? How do those numbers relate to NQ? Do the positions support the same behavior in ES? What I would tell you, sorry, I know that there's been some more people that have joined. I wish I had the screenshot I could share with you. Let me see if I can do that. Save MNQ example. We'll do this right before Christian starts, so hopefully he's not mad at me for being a little late. Got 2 minutes before he kicks off, but let's do this. So this was my pre-market plan for all you guys just joining. The idea is we kind of nailed this, especially this particular part at the bottom at 1050. As we moved into that strike, this is where you would go long. I will show you now. This image. So this was earlier. I was working with the student. As we moved into this 7600 strike, okay, on ES, which was my target for this short, I wanted to see if we could break below that or not. I said I would go long on MNQ here because the reaction, if this is a strong support as we believe it to be, MNQ will likely get a bounce if ES bounces as strongly as I think they do from here. So if we go look at like 1050 on the actual chart on MNQ, I was long right here, right? As you could see in the screenshot, and we caught over 100 points. If you actually longed the absolute low of that, which would normally be my ideal situation, then you caught over 150 points on MNQ. And I just did the one MNQ in that screenshot as an example to this student of how I would normally trade this. If I normally took my 5 MNQ size while I held my short runner, obviously that would have been a way more profitable stream. So for whoever asked that question about NQ, hopefully that answers it, GLaDOS. I hope it answers it. But yeah. Looks like Lomeli's getting into a choppy stream today. He wouldn't mind. I mean, yeah, my expectations are low, guys. Like I told you before, I think if we aren't finishing slightly lower on a continued grindy, slow sell, maybe we get some flow. That's the only way I think we go lower. I think it's much easier to get a bid at some point and just end up pinning up here. So I've got a little something on just for shits, but to show you like how to trade the range on the structural part of the day. But I think if I looked at what things are shaping up to be right now and you put a gun to my head and said, where are we going to finish? Assuming nothing changes, we don't get a strong bid, we don't get a strong sell. I think we just kind of go sideways and pin exactly where we are or drift up to like that 75 or 76.25-ish area on ES. I think it's really easy to see that any bid at all of strength will crush volatility, VIX will drop even further, and up we go in a hurry, right? Shorts start covering that aren't able to get in the money down here. That's going to provide a vol crush and a bounce really quickly. But that is 2.5 hours away. So where we go from there, anybody's guess, anybody's ball game. But passively right now, odds are we just continue to grind and chop sideways to lower. A bid comes in, really easy to think we finish at 76.25 or so. All right, guys, that is it for me. I am going to go ahead and pass it over to my man, Christian. Hopefully you guys are able to catch something. He's an ICT trader. He has caught some nice scalps here in the power hour, which is his specialty for us at Project 365. So, yeah, if you guys want to know more about me, I'll give you a quick shout here. If you want to join us in the Discord and see those pre-market plans and intraday updates, you are welcome to join us there. If not, you can follow me on Instagram. I have a link in bio for any one-on-one stuff you want to learn more of this in a more hands-on fashion. But the main draw is that you join us here at Project 365 for free every day, same time, same place. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and exit stage left. You guys get to enjoy your time with Christian. So, any questions, feel free to hit me up at any of those methods. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. All right, good luck.
What's up, chat? How's everyone doing? Let's see. Smooth transition today. Let's go. Let me see. Make sure the story I posted. Posted the story now. How's everyone doing, chat? Everyone good? Let's see. What's up? What's up? Victoria, how's it going? Fish, my guy. RJV. Primo Alex, how's it going, brother? Yo, Elite Legacy. Looks like you already cashed out on shorts. Yes, you know it, brother. Yeah, for those who follow me on Instagram, I caught some banger shorts, man. Banger shorts this morning. It was a tricky morning that I feel like it was hard to read, but given the displacement we had on the higher time frames, but if you had a good read, you know what we caught, man. Let me plug my phone in. See. There we go. Yeah, we caught some nice shorts this morning. Let's see. Really thought you'd be cash sidelines today, given the action. I think the action was it was pretty readable this morning, in my opinion. Again, for those who don't follow me on Instagram, I posted my exact trades and executions and a little, I guess, reel on the trade. But if you go through my stories on my Instagram at Lomeli Trades, Lomeli, I just put the link down below on chat. You guys will see the trade. And I think it was I took one and done this morning, done within the first hour. So it was pretty good. Yo, dog. My first time in your stream, you need to let me copy trade 100K trade so I know this is worth it for me, my guy. Glad you're kidding, brother. Nah, tune in for the education more than anything. And if you do decide to follow, just know that take the winners, right? Take the losers just like you take the winners in the chin. A Miller, my guy, how's it going, brother? Man, A Miller, you have not been missing, brother. Chill, just got the MFF loaded up, Brody. Hell yeah, fuck yeah, trying to pass this eval, my guy. Let's see what we can do. Textbook ICT, yeah, this morning it was pretty solid take. I've been trying to incorporate a little bit more of adding into my positions, which I did today, and yeah, that dynamic R definitely improves. Turn my music down a bit. I got you. Got you. How's that, brother? How's that, Ray? Is that good? 15-minute displacement pre-market was a good indicator to go short. Pre-market 15-minute displacement. I guess, yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I'll break down the exact trade that I took this morning in a bit. Kind of reading chat and letting people trickle in here. And honestly, chat, not really expecting much from price today. The only way I'd be interested is if we displace higher, get a potential higher low, back into premium of the range if we hold this daily invert. But I'll hop in price here in a minute. Price still isn't anywhere near where I want it to be, so let's catch up on chat here. Thank you. Yeah, okay, perfect, brother. Perfect read, brother. Yeah, fuck yeah, it was a good trade this morning, Alex. My favorite chart artist. My guy. Fuck yeah. Chat, we're coming off of banger week last week. Close to 9R to close out the PM session live. So let's see what we can do. The action was good in the morning. I was oh, okay, for now, not really. Honestly, let me actually for now, I'll leave it. I'm long biased, but to be honest, if we keep having this sort of slow action here, I'm not taking anything. I'll break down price right now. I'm trying to section out these streams. I want to, I guess, catch up on chat here for the first, I guess, 15 or so minutes, and then the next 15, I'll break down what I'm looking for, and then we'll do a little trade review as to what I took this morning, and we'll go from there, man. We'll see if we can catch anything. Where'd you learn your trading style? A handful of, honestly, I bought a shit ton of mentorships. YouTube, books, and over 6 years, you kind of develop. You take the best from every single people you learn from, and you leave the rest, right? So that's kind of like my story, I guess, is like I took the best from Jake, I took the best from Umar, I took the best from every single person I paid, and yeah, developed it into my own. Do you think the market will go up from here? I have a long position open. I don't know. For now, would I want to see longs? Yes, of course, given where we are. But do I think that's happening? Not necessarily now. We're clearly downtrending, right? So if we open up NQ and ES side by side, we're deep in premium of the large leg, right? The large leg here. Let's see. The large, fixing my mic here because it's all over the place. All right. So this large leg, we're in deep premium of this leg, right? And it seems like we're having a deep pullback. Where do we pull back to on NQ? We pulled back into the daily invert, right? The daily bearish fair value gap here, we pulled back to. The 4 hour, we're in a BPR on ES. There's a bearish gap here that we inverted, and we have a bullish gap here. So long we hold that 4 hour order block going into the 11 a.m. open, I'm still bullish. But yeah, I mean, shit, fucking NQ is displacing lower. The hourly is literally displaced lower. So now I guess what I'm waiting for is some sort of market structure shift on the 15-minute to then come back into premium, right? Even if price wants to go lower, I do think that price could retrace at least to that bearish gap entry here on the hourly. That's kind of where I'm deriving my thesis. Now, if this doesn't hold and this keeps dumping, I will remain hands off unless we get nice displacement and some sort of pullback entry model into the prior day lows, right, is what I'd be targeting. But yeah, let's see. We're in this area of interest for me on the long side. So not doing anything. Now, would I be longing right away? Not necessarily, right? I want to see price get a change in state here, right? Change of state, invert this, get a pullback, look for a potential higher low. And if we can get that, I'd be looking to participate. Now, if this continues dumping, more than likely, unless we get some sort of clean price action develop down here, I wouldn't be partaking unless we get some sort of clean, maybe 15-minute gap here, right? Maybe, yeah, we'll see. We'll see when price gets there. But for now, patient. But I am looking for this. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Now, do we get that? I don't know. I'm not I can't predict the future. What I am here for is to react. Caught some shorts this morning. Got my money printer out. Hell yeah. Bigger time frame overnight. NQ took highs. ES didn't. Both had great short opportunities. I was short. Yeah, exactly, Blink. Exactly. I'll walk you guys through the trade I took this morning. I got you guys. Which is, again, it's on my Instagram if you guys want to go check it out. Hey, G, brother. How's it going, brother? Armin, my guy. Joe, Cup of Joe. Been a minute, Joe. How you been? Been struggling this month, trying to find ways to just not overtrade and trade one gets set up at a day with daily loss limit. Yeah, every time that happens, brother, I think the best you can do is just step away. Go back to the basics. Basics. Remind yourself, like, I'm back to the basics, right? All you got to do is show up, take one hit, base hit. Try to like work backwards, right? Don't try to overcomplicate it when you're struggling. When you're struggling, you get to overthink it a lot. So when that happens, RJV, I would say take a step back and remind yourself that you know how to read price. For the most part, I would argue that you know what you're doing. So what's stopping you is just the overthinking. So just don't overthink. Show up, take one trade, red or green, walk away, do the same thing the following day. And then you'll notice that your expectations will slowly start shifting into that, right? Which you're only showing up to take a trade, green or red, you walk away. Or at least that's how I do it for me. When I notice myself kind of finding myself looking for trades and not so much waiting, I like to have that approach. And then once I kind of get comfortable again, and honestly, it's just a matter of building confidence. Once I build confidence again, then I allow myself to kind of take more trades. How's everything? Everything's good, brother. Everything's good. Everything's amazing, actually. I would love to hear the Lomeli song. Man, I'll play right now in a bit. What's up, Adam, my guy? How's it going, Adam? Hola, bro. Good trading, all. Hell yeah, trader. Same thing I did, and I'm still learning. Took a two and a half year break. Came back last month. Two evals passed and 1 attempt. Fuck yeah, Blink. Hell yeah. Glad to see you're back. Yeah, letting people trickle in here, chat, before we get started here. I'm just reading chat here. Robert, my guy. What's up? What's up? What's up, Robert? Robert, how much do you weigh, brother? You look jacked. You look jacked in your profile picture. Fresh cup of coffee secured, locked in. Hell yeah, I'm literally waiting on my cup of coffee right now. Oh, man. That was an indirect shot to my girl. Oh, man. FBG, I'm assuming you're saying by itself means something, or we have to wait for... Yeah, it's just a fair value gap is literally just a area of interest. Bro, my neck is stiff as hell. Like, I'm literally turning. I feel like I got a neck brace on. Like when I recorded that, I did a little video on my Instagram story, where the one with my dog, and like I just realized after watching it back, I literally turned my neck. I'm like, it's funny, bro. I was at the gym, like someone called my name, like a friend of mine, and I'm just here fucking, oh, what's up, brother? Feel stiff as hell. No, honestly, it's a lot better. Like the first night, chat, I could not sleep. I had shitty sleep last year, not last night, the night before. But yeah, it's getting better, Jove. Getting better. When we hitting the gym, brother, I'm game for any day. Where do you live, Robert? Do you have any other businesses, source of income? I'll explain it later. I'll explain what I do later, but yes and no. Fuck trading today. It's leg day. Man, you know it's brutal. Leg day after a losing day or what? Everything good, man. Building a buffer on my TPT before I take my next. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. I'm stoked to get on TPT. I haven't yet tried it, but I'm taking it firm by firm. I got you, RJV. Yeah, try it out. I think. Go back to basics. Basics, basics, basics. Basics and base hits. Like, no pun intended, right? It rhymes, but it's literally what I remind myself every time I feel like I want to force shit. And doing less is more. You're long off that inverse. Anytime I take a loss. So yeah, chat, reading chat right now for those just tuning in. Waiting on price here, and we do have a account giveaway that we'll run. So let's see. Just literally being patient here. The 15-minute is literally what I want to see on the chart. So let me see. Let me type it up that way. Those just tuning in. Waiting for price to. You know what? For the 15-minute. Here to displace higher. Giveaway soon. Now let's put that in purple. 28. There we go. There we go, chat. All right, so back to chat. That way those just tuning in can read that. Anytime I take a loss, I wait a couple hours, then I review it, and if I would absolutely take the setup again, I know my bias was correct. Market just doesn't agree sometimes. Yeah, literally. The best thing you can do after a loss is step away. Rob Russell's Bears for workouts. I wouldn't doubt it, bro. Lomeli. I know you ain't an expert in this, but do you think ADH people make good traders? Fuck, that's tough. Honestly, Chad, if I'm being very vulnerable, this is me being very, very open. 2020, I went through this weird time in my life where I would get a whole bunch of like panic attacks, right? Anxiety. They were anxiety based, and I think what that led me to is this deep rabbit hole on like mindfulness and trying to understand the brain. And through that, I think that that alone made me a better trader, in my opinion. Just understanding how the brain works, how the mind works, and how it can work against you. Now, as far as like ADH people, I would argue that you can have the same approach, right? Which is try to understand the mind, trying to understand how the brain works, and maybe mindfulness can work. So in that aspect, yes, maybe if you approach it in a good way. I know Jake talks about this as well. Like, but then, yeah, for me, it was doing less, essentially, for me. Because I noticed when I started to do more, I would just get anxious on the charts and I would be all over the place. So I think whatever it is that you do have, say, I'm assuming you do have ADHD, I think understand it first and figure out how to, I guess, make it better, to make those quote unquote weaknesses potential strengths, right? you know, oh man, fucking elevated life. Said, you know you're getting old when the only thing that's stiff this morning is your neck. Oh man. In Soviet Russia. You think in Soviet Russia, Bears Russell TPT's the GOAT? What up, Kenny Tran, my guy? How's it going? Back to back. Got my first eval pass with the TPT account Jake hooked it up with last week. My guy, Blink, love to hear, brother. Can you please go over premium discount, as I know sort of how it works, but struggle a lot to apply it, almost like I'm using the wrong swings on wrong time frame sometimes. I got you. I'll remind me. I'll cover it after towards the end of stream. I got you. Just remind me. Even if you don't stay on the full stream noise, just pop in about an hour and remind me. But I got you. That way I can. That way, if a trade does present itself, it'll be the perfect example. Noise. So noise vision. I'll write it down here, but remind me. Four-hour BPR. Yeah, RJV. I saw that on ES. Preppy, what it do? What it do? What up? I'm here just for Lomeli's song. It's stuck in my head since Friday. Fuck a giveaway. I'm here for the group. Honestly, Chad, I'm realizing that a lot of you guys are here just for the vibe, which is fucking sick. I'm actually curious to see how many people would still tune in without the giveaway, which is, I'm genuinely curious, but I don't think he plans on stopping anytime soon. Tapped into the 4-hour and it's is now slowly reversing. ADHD for the win. You're out of New Jersey? On a good day, I'm about 225. Fuck. Huge, Robert. Yeah, I'll be in New York. I'm actually heading, more than likely be there twice in the month of July and August. So I'll be there in July and in August as well. So low-key, that's why I asked. Yeah, no, I think that, wait, fuck, I missed the, yeah, I think that it can essentially be your superpower, right? As corny as it sounds, like it can work for you. You just got to figure out how to use it. Appreciate you sharing this. Yeah, my guy. Yeah, I'm here for it. I forgot the London session. Azeng, he said that his ADHD has benefited him. Yeah, I think that it's a huge. I don't think the whatever you want to call it, condition or whatever, anxiety, ADHD, I don't think that necessarily benefits you, but it's how you approach it, right? If you let it kind of cripple you, then you're fucked. But if you actually try to figure out and reverse engineer kind of what's happening in your brain, because your brain's a powerful tool that if you use it the right way and you understand it, it works wonders, right? And I think that those people, I'm speaking from experience, like for me, had I not kind of gone through those that anxiety phase back in like COVID time, I would have never tapped into like how the mind works, and perhaps would have never really been where I'm at, because maybe I wouldn't have gotten so deep into trading psychology. And yeah, you just never know. I'm struggling with it growing up, but now that I'm an adult, I'm a lot better at understanding and dealing with it. Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear it. Let's see. Let's see. I want to keep chatting, but I also don't want to miss price here. You stopped entering the giveaways, you're already a winner. My guy, I love that mindset, brother. What up, North Bez? What up? Man, you guys were fucking amazing. Keep spamming chat, man. My only hindrance is me. Bro, it is for everyone, brother. It is for everyone. It's you versus you. Moneybag Yale starts playing. I feel like it's me versus me. Cast session for you? Fuck yeah. Up until after FOMC, smart man. I love your knowledge on psychology. Brother, 205 of you guys currently watching. I have read a shit ton of psychology books. For that reason, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I was like, why would I get in the car and just suddenly start? I felt like I was dying. I'd literally drive myself to the hospital. I'm like, okay, there's a lot going on in my life at that time. It's just my mind. It's just your mind. That's how powerful your mind is. It thinks it's in danger, and it does whatever it can to make you believe, you know, what inevitably isn't really real. But bro, that's what I'm saying, right? Mr. West Village. Hey, Lomeli, just tuning in. I had to go scrub my bathroom after I break rules, put those rubber gloves on, and step away. Miggy, you know, it's funny. I remember your name out, Jennifer. Hey, if that works, keep doing it. That's funny though. My favorite chart artist. All right, chat. So let's hop into. Oh shit, we're displacing now, chat. All right, so okay. Back, let's hop into the overall bias here. The daily, again, the daily is in this daily invert, right? Daily invert. We are at OTE of the range. We are at this 4-hour BPR here. We have premium of the range up here on ES. Now, let's see. Hourly. The hourly has an open hourly gap here that we can potentially tap into. So let's 1 hour bearish FVG entry, or you know what, 1 hour gap entry on the right. That's where I would assume price would head towards if it wants to go there. Now let me see. The 50-minute just took out the swing low here. The 5-minute, 5-minute is slightly displacing higher. Let's see how we act here at this bearish 5-minute gap. Right, 5-minute FEG. 5-minute FEG. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out where exactly I would look for an entry here. The targets would be premium of the range if an entry does present itself. The 714. Perhaps even the hourly gap entry would be a nice entry. We'll see. We'll see how price delivers here. But Let me see. Yeah, the target would be the 1 hour gap entry at 665. Let me see. Now, I guess what I'm looking at here, chat, is whether or not I would ideally, whether I'd take it at the 5-minute invert or if I'd wait for the 15-minute to go invert. But yeah, we just took out sell side. I think that if price wants to trade higher after the 5-minute invert, we should see minimum the 15-minute invert. And given my draw is higher, yeah, let's see how we act once the 5-minute, if and when the 5-minute inverts. So let's see, where's the change in state on the 5-minute? So we got the change in state here. On the 5-minute. 5-minute fair value gap here. Took out the lows. Did we get SMT at the lows or no? Yes, we did. We got slight, or no. Yeah, ES took out the lows. Let's see. 15-minute, 30-minute, 4 hour. The new candle opens in about a minute, 30 seconds here. So let's see how the new 4 hour candle trades. So yeah, literally just waiting here, chat. Literally waiting to see if we get something like the arrow here. Literally, where's my purple logo go? Where did my purple logo go? What the fuck? Okay, here it is. You messed up? Appreciate you. Thank you. Coffee has been delivered, chat. All right, 15-minute. All right, loading up the text here. Let me see. Yeah, let's see what we get, chat. Let's see if we can get some sort of entry here to the upside. That was a nice rejection off the 5-minute fair value gap here. Let's see if we invert it. Once we invert it, I would be open to trying a long. Let's see. That's that new 4 hour candle here. Let's see, chat. Let's see what we get here. Let's see what we get here. Let's see. Let's pop up chat here. Miggy, yep. Yeah, for me, Miggy, my way of going about that is I have to get out the house. If I stay in the house, I'll keep over trading. Trying to make some cash, right? Long for the 5-minute breaker. I think the new 4 hour will come back and test the range. I don't use stochastic. I know Lomeli caught those shorts, bro, like LeBron. Yeah, I caught shorts. I posted them on my story on Instagram if you guys want to go check it out. But I'll break down the trade I took here towards the end of stream here. We'll see if we got 2 trades to break down or just the morning one. The board behind you saying ICT for dummies. Are you teaching ICT? This one right here? No, it's just I was making a quick a reel on Instagram, which yeah, I just haven't erased it. I just haven't erased it, chat. Let me see. Let me set up some my trade copier. 1 second, chat. All right. Yeah, let's see what we get, chat. Literally just waiting. You trade the 50K accounts? I prefer the 50Ks, yes. I'm mad because I closed NQ at 700 points because I was at a meeting. Honestly, that's the best thing you could do, though, MES Polar Bear. Instead of stressing about it during the meeting, because I bet you at that meeting, you'd probably be checking your phone. Like, ah, shit, I'm in a trade. So if it saves you stress, it's the right move. That's how I look at it. What's the entry model after hitting the 5-minute change of state? Wait to a return of the fair value gap. So basically what I'm waiting for is ideally I'm waiting for the 15-minute, right? So the 15-minute to get some sort of change in state, then some sort of pullback, kind of like this, right? Now to get a, I guess you could call it early entry, is I don't want to front run this and trade it when we just literally inverted or rejected the 5-minute fair value gap, right? So I want to wait at least for the 5-minute fair value gap to get inverted, because if we do so, that what price tells me that at least is going to go up to trade to the 15-minute gap. And if that does happen, I would have a quote unquote early entry and I can hold for that hourly gap entry, right? So for me, it's like at this point, we can still reject. We can still reject and trade lower, although we did come back to trade into the change of state. Now, are we going to? I don't know. But at this point, like I'd be zooming in and I want to see what price does. Right? So the fact that we're holding here is a good sign. Now, if we get this big like displacement candle, maybe early entry can be like here after inverting these bearish gaps, trading above these highs. Something like that, right? So literally just waiting for now. I want us to trade above it and yeah. So literally just waiting for price to develop. That's all I'm really waiting for. Something like that, yeah. Same with delete. This is too small. Let me see. Let's see. Literally just waiting now. Waiting to see if we get something like that. Top psychology books that you recommend? The Power of the Subconscious Mind, for sure. That's one. Sway. I've talked about these a handful of times and I keep bringing up the same ones. The Power of the Subconscious Mind, Sway, SWAY. What else? This one, Master Your Emotions. That one's a good one. And as far as like non-trading related ones, there's the One Thing it relates to everything, whether it's trading, whether it's your system, whether it's life. Trading is yeah, the one thing was a good one. What else? The Almanac of Naval Ravikant. Trade Mindfully is a trading book. It's a trading psychology book that was good. Really underrated. I've yet to hear people talk about that book. Yeah, I guess those are like my top 5, I guess. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, always think about what if I made that decision, would it save me stress? Do you always look at NQ daily chart? Yeah, my latest psyche issue is moving my stops. You move them. I had a couple trades last few weeks, just missed my TP and threw me off mentally, I guess. Where do you move your stops to break even after? Yeah, do you move your stops to break even, Miggy? Or just in general, you move them higher? I've been over trading so bad. Feel FOMO whenever I'm not staring at a chart screen every second of the day, man. 150 trades a session, blew my first 2 fundeds, man. At least I got funded, 32 accounts blown. Holy shit. Yeah, I'd say slow down. 32 accounts blown. 150 trades a session is wild. That's wild, man. That's fucking crazy. Fuck, I'm just not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the fact that I can't imagine myself taking 150 trades a session. Yeah, at that point, the issue is not so much your trading. The issue is more, it's deeper. So the issue is that mentally, I'm sure that if you take one trade and it's a green trade, you're willing to walk away. But if that first trade is red, you just keep trying to shoot. Yeah, and that's the issue. You never give up. The issue is that you probably are wired to like want to win. You probably want it really bad. And maybe that's been helping you in life, but in trading, it works against you. Yes, Miggy, I realized that for me, break even in the moment, it feels good. But afterwards, if you look at numbers, it's not the best thing to do technically, because your stop is there for a reason. Now, if you were to tell me you moved it because there's a swing high, a new swing high that got created, and it happens to be at break even, that'd be like, yeah, that's amazing. But unless it's like you were saying, you got ticks away from your TP, at that point I would just close the trade as a whole and not move to break even. I would just close it as a whole, right? So measuring dynamic R as the trade is moving, and not being a dick for a tick, and understanding that what feels good in trading is not the best thing to do, right? It feels good to take half off at half R and moving to break even. It feels good, but is it the right thing to do? No. The opposite of that action is maybe adding into a winner. Train your brain, just like the what's that book by Tom Hugard? Best Loser Wins, right? Do the complete opposite of what your brain is telling you to do, and train your mind to think that way. Yeah, MES Polar Bear, that's huge actually. Pick an idea and stick with it. That, I feel like that for me avoids a lot of stress. Like having a direction. If I don't have a direction, why even touch it? Those are rookie numbers. Man, I don't know why I just remembered of fucking Wolf of Wall Street when you said that. Those are rookie numbers, chat. You guys know what I'm talking about? How many times a day? 2, 3. Those are rookie numbers. Clip that. Don't be a dick for a tick. Yeah, that's a Jake analogy. Yes, thank you for that. Need to work on that. That book's on my shelf. Need to finish reading it. Yeah, Miggy, it's an amazing book. I love it. It's one of my favorite trading related books, I guess. And you would say it's a trading psychology book, but it's like a framework, in my opinion, a framework of how to look at trading, right? Really good. Is there a role of a contract that cannot execute a trade? Look up, if you're trading MNQ, look up MNQU6. Or if you're trading NQU6. You should be able to trade them. It's probably that you're still stuck on the prior contracts. So here, I'll type it in MNQU6. Yeah, I think trading view, or not trading view, trader bait, still stuck on the old one. So if that's giving you issues, just switch up the contract manually. So yeah, let's see. Waiting for price here. Waiting to see if we get displacement higher. If we stay in this range and we never invert the 5-minute gap, then I'm not taking it, of course. So let's see what we get. Let's see what we get here, chat. If we invert these, I'd be open to take it. If we hold this change in state, which is a bit wider stop, like this, but the target for a 2.5 hour, that'd be interesting for me. Given we'd be inverting the 5-minute. Something like that. We just tapped into that small little, let's see, let me remove this chat. Let me clean up my chart. All right, small little 15-minute gap here. Just went invert. So we'll see. Let's see, chat. Let's see what we get. What do you mean 15-minute gap? It's a fair value gap. So 15-minute fair value gap here. Right here. That's a gap. A gap between 3 candles. We traded down into the last down candle on the 15-minute. So let's see if we respect it, or we just want to keep lower. And if we want to keep trading lower and just slowly trail lower, I'm not interested in taking anything. Literally nothing. Yeah, ideally I'd want these lows to hold for me, from a bias to remain intact. If they can hold still looking for longs. Unless we displace lower and momentum shifts, then I'll keep looking for longs. Or sorry, shorts. Today was a good day. Hopefully we end even better. Nicole, hell yeah. What'd you catch this morning? Shorts? Blew all my funders with a fat buffer during Asia session on last night. Completely disgusted with myself. I don't even trade Asia. What the fuck was I doing? And got the money to waste anymore, man. Fuck, were you like a couple of days away from payout, Adrian, or why'd you do that? I guess, like, did you do the deep analysis already mentally to see what happened. Because it's all like afterwards you start thinking, what the fuck was I doing? But then in the midst of it, something triggered that. Was it like a story you saw? Was it some thoughts about something? Was it you were one day away from payout and you wanted to lock it in during Asia? What happened? Off topic question, do you take creatine? Off and on, but as of lately I haven't been taking creatine. I sit here, know exactly what I'm doing, and then to a T, and give tips on chat, then go do this BS. Just know that even everyone blows accounts, Adrian. So don't beat yourself up too hard. I would say that the like it's tough, and the more I get into this journey, the more I realize that like you're blowing an account is fine, right? It's totally fine. It's just how you the severity that you give it afterwards. So if you blow an account, cool. You got the skills to get an account, get it funded, and even get a payout now. So understanding that and not really being too stressed over, okay, sure, you got to do the deep work and understand what happened, because it's not good behavior, right? Because you're here for the long run. But really do the deep work mentally, but also try not to get your confidence too low, because you've done it once and you can do it again. That's all I would say. Did you trim along your shorts or hold for full TP? I held for full TP. Been there, done that, all mental. Hell yeah, A Miller. Amp it. This just lock out for Asia London sessions. This worked for me. Honestly, delete the TradingView app off your phone, and that's what I would do. That shit is it could get very addicting. We want to keep trading because we think that more trading is more money, when in reality it's vice versa, right? Less trading is more money. This is my line in the sand here, that purple box. Yeah, if we stay in this range though, however, chat, I'm remaining cash. If we stay in that range, I'm not doing anything. The way I look at it is, why turn a 1 hour job into an 8 hour one if they pay the same? Huh, that's a good way of putting it, Bear Grills. Very good way of putting it. Yeah, and it goes back to the saying, like, you don't get paid proportionate of the amount of work you put in, right? You get paid for the skill that you have as a trader. You deleted the hub forever and it worked for me? This guy. Fuck, man. Do you use trend lines? Nah. Then why do you trade PM session? It's the lowest probability session. I agree. I wouldn't say the lowest probability session. I think Asia is much slower than PM. But I trade PM because we're Project 365, the overall objective is to have a trader on at every hour of the day, right? So by doing so, this is a session that I'm with, right? By no means do I trade the same amount of risk as I do my AM session, but I still put on risk. But I agree. which is why I size accordingly, and that's that. Yo, Lomeli, do you like country music at all? Yeah, I listen to it. I went through this period where I would listen to a lot of who was it? Zach Bryan, I think. Something in the Orange. Man, that was my shit. Where'd you learn ICT? Just YouTube for free, and YouTube, honestly. Rake. Jake, my guy. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, my guy. Chat, Jake will be on tomorrow for FOMC. I will not be on. It will be him, and he's gonna crush it. So Jake will be on for FOMC tomorrow, and so I'm assuming, yeah, so he'll be on for AM and PM. Let's see what you guys can catch with Jake tomorrow. What are you doing? Yeah, sir. Are you on the beach, Jake? Rake hit this banger this morning. Love this guy. Back to Lomeli Thursday. Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, we'll be back. I'll be back Thursday. Jake will be on for tomorrow FOMC. So stay tuned for that. Be expecting Jake for majority of the morning session tomorrow. Jake, every time you post the beach, bro, it makes me wanna go there. Yeah, waiting to see if we get any sort of longs here, chat. But for now, literally just staying cash. Staying cash and being very, very patient. Man, allergies. You got to get down here, bro. Eventually, bro. It's amazing. After September, it's best now, though, just because it's hot. Okay, fuck yeah. Honestly, bro, I've been thinking about. I want to go somewhere for about a month and just lock in, and yeah, going for that beachy vibe. And I was thinking Bali. But like I'd never really considered the big time difference as far as streaming goes until yesterday. And but yeah, for now the contenders would be Puerto Rico, just because I get the same vibe I would get from Costa Rica. Costa Rica is cool, but I want to try a different country, or not a different. I guess not Puerto Rico, but just a different spot, right? But Puerto Rico looks cool. Puerto Rico, and then I don't know where I'm going, but definitely want to go and experience that at least for a month or two and try it out. Bro, I know trading at 2 a.m. No, I think the time zone was at 3 a.m. if I'm not mistaken, so stream would start at 2 to 4 or 3 to 4, something like that, or 2:30. I think 2:30. There you go. You feel like Bali's so far away? Yeah, that flight is no joke. I had a trip planned out for Thailand back in March, which I ended up canceling because of the whole. Yeah, I ended up canceling, but I was dreading that, which was close to 20 hours, I believe. Puerto Rico island hopping out here may be a vibe. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but honestly, genuinely never considered it until I guess you started posting it a lot more. I'm like, shit, this looks amazing. You're definitely gonna have to let me know some places, bro. Thailand is amazing. I'm working abroad in Cebu, Philippines. Was Thailand worth it for a 20-hour flight? Bro, I felt the longest flight I've been on was Japan, and Japan was what was it, 12 hours, I believe. That, and honestly, chat, that 12 hours didn't feel too much. It didn't feel like it was that long of a flight. Because granted, I sleep deprived myself and I slept for about 6 hours, and then I watched a movie and boom, 8 hours had gone by. I'm like, oh shit, we got 3 hours left. I could do 3 hours. Now, was it uncomfortable? Fuck yeah, but yeah, max I've done is 10. Go to French Polynesia, the most beautiful place in the world, hands down. French Polynesia, let me see. Holy shit. This might be a stupid question, chat, but I have no idea where this shit is. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not disclosing my locate map. I have no clue where this shit is. Like what part of the world this is at. Let me see. Okay, so it's by Australia. Okay, it's an island off east of Australia, right? Yeah, French Polynesia. Fire. Yeah, I'm still thinking about a spot, but we'll see when the time comes. Look at Maui in Hawaii. California to PR is a very long flight. Not necessarily. It's what, like I forgot. Was it 8 hours? Like 8 hours, right? Come to Taiwan, really chill vibe here. Taiwan, huh? Yeah. Taiwan, huh? Never considered Taiwan. Yeah, I was looking for something a little bit beachy, like beachy tropical. Yeah, MES Polar Bear. I think once I start making a lot more, I don't know. I don't know if it's a smart move to. I think the smart move would be once you start making multiple millions. Puerto Rico's the move, but myself, I'm not there yet. So yeah, and plus family's very, very close by to me now, so we'll see. We'll see how things change in the next coming year or two. Go to New Zealand. Yeah, a whole bunch of spots in the world that I feel like I want to get to, and I kind of, not that I put them on pause, I guess traveling on pause, because I was literally going somewhere new every other month for like the last year. So I kind of put that on pause a little bit, and I kind of shifted my perspective on doing just longer stays at spots where I want to, I guess, experience, right? Perks and Kate goes, yeah, I guess Lomeli coming to Toronto in winter. I have no desire to go to Toronto. Nah, Toronto looks amazing, but I love me some warm weather. Were you ever in debt before? Not necessarily. No, I don't think I've ever been in debt. As far as like have I had credit card bills? Yes, but never been in debt where I'm stressing about paying it off. I heard Portugal is amazing, chat. Portugal looks amazing. Armin. What are you talking about, Armin, in Canada? Lisbon is where it's at. Yeah, Portugal looks amazing. Actually, my dad keeps talking about Portugal, or he used to keep talking about Portugal, and It's one of the spots he wants to go to, actually. Yeah, exact. Cape Town, South Africa looks fucking amazing. Italy is a clutch vacation spot. Have you been, bitch? What part of Italy did you go to? Three times? My guy. All over. What's your favorite spot? Don't go in July. Yeah, Spain. I want to do Spain in July. I heard the ambient in July is amazing for like the whole bull run stuff. But I ended up I put that on hold. Italy is one of your favorites. Italy seems like a chat favorite today, huh? Yeah, I would imagine, huh? Every single spot has something like a different vibe, and you kind of have to experience everything, huh? Yeah, same thing. Yeah, same thing in everywhere else I've been. Florence is beautiful. Florence, huh? Rome. Doesn't Rome have a, is that where the Colosseum is? Or am I tripping? Someone said geography is 0 out of 10. Fuck, not gonna lie though, Chink Torre vibe, but too touristy now. We should send Jake to Romania. South of France, too nice. Look up San Bernardino. Nah, I know where San Bernardino is. Come to Cape Town. Yeah, Cape Town's definitely a spot I'd want to go to eventually. By the way, W forehead. Rami, my guy, you had me laughing the other day. Switzerland. Shit, where else have you been, Mitch? Serbia, Ireland. Most of UK. Hey, are the stories about the UK true? Do people really go up and stab you for a watch? Yeah, it's fucked up in the UK. I got pickpocketed my last day in Rome on the train. God damn. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Fuckers cut my pocket right off my shorts. Bumble around and get. Damn, that's, yeah, so it's bad. Your dad's passport got stolen there. What the fuck? They ditched the car, just took the cash. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, you got to be on toes, huh? You got to be literally leaned up against the wall at every metro, every train or whatever they use. They stole my car off my driveway in Toronto. They're pocketing nothing. London equals hood rules. Yeah, I bet. Melly, you gotta pump this market. I mean, shit, there's really nothing I can do. I'm waiting for price, and we're just waiting for now. Almost got kidnapped in Venice on a high school trip. Wild. Sheesh. What's that story, Biggie? How'd that happen? We going higher, Lomeli? That's what I'm waiting for. 3 months in Los Angeles. I got carjacked at gun. Wait, Miggy, you meant Venice? I'm assuming you mean Venice. Let me see. How does Venice look? Italy. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's where the roads were fucking little rivers, huh? Bitch, you've been through a dog. Wait, shit. Third month in Los Angeles, I got carjacked at gunpoint. Holy shit, Mitch. I mean, shit, that's a stupid question, huh? What'd you do? That's not what I meant. Like, what'd you do? Imagine Mitch is like, I kicked the gun out of his hand and caught it with my left hand and they ran away. Kid got stabbed in heart of Venice when I was there in 2005, a tourist. Yeah, Venice always got some shit. I'm never traveling with Mitch. Oh, man. I'll tell you the carjack story on stream one of these days. Bro, I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it. It happened on the way to the job interview. Brother, question, did you get the job? I bet you adrenaline was pumping. You're like, bro, you wouldn't believe what happened. That's a story, bro. Fuck. I did, but just wait for it. Oh, shit. Bro, what a story it'd be if the guy who tried to rob from you was the guy trying to hire you. Was that the story, Mitch? Mitch. Fucking Mitch is Batman. Bro is HR. Give a lesson to the thief. No, hell yeah. I'll tune in tomorrow. Hopefully I hear tomorrow, bitch. Are we setting up for lungs? So currently waiting. Literally just waiting, chat. Waiting to get some sort of displacement. See if we get it by market close. I wish. I didn't drive on Wilshire for 5 years after that. You didn't have to just in case. Fuck, man. That's crazy. $15 wanting to bait us this candle. Yeah, so long we stay in this range, I'm not touching it at all, chat. Which, I mean, what else can you expect from FOMC PM session but before FOMC, right? But yeah, again, if we get displacement higher, I am interested. We have alerts. Yeah, literally just waiting, chat. We might run the fun story. I was 12 in Thailand and a ladyboy escort dragged me into one of the massage thingies. I had to run away crying. Fuck. That's wild, Armin. That's wild, Armin. What in the ditty? Bro, I'd be laughing, but it's not funny. You were 12. All right, so not funny, chat. That's just not funny. Fuck, man. I'm like in my head contemplating like, fuck, do I engage in this or not? I was laying there staring at her, Adam, the whole time. Fuck, man. Fuck, you guys are funny, man. Fuck. Is that, are you making this shit up, Adam, or did it actually, Armin? Or did it actually happen? Who are you with? Who's taking care of you? That's the question here, Armin. Who was taking care of you? You're fucking 12. Fuck, man. Alright, guy. How'd you find out she was a lady boy? Oh, man. Fuck. Yeah, the fact that you were 12 is crazy. Bro, it's funny that there's 260 people watching. It'd be like, how funny would it be to get those same 260 people in a room and just talk about these stories? Literally, that's literally what the events are. I'm not even joking, chat. That's literally how the events are. How long are you still going to stream? For another 45 minutes or so. Unless we get better action, I'll be done right at 12:30. But if we get better action towards the end of stream, I'll basically go till market close. My family, I went outside the hotel. Man, Armin, that was your first mistake, brother. Leaving your family at 12 in a whole nother country. You definitely explored. Fucking Mitch. Mitch, go easy, man. Vegas 10 times. I got you, Noise. Regardless, the video is recorded. I'll talk about it. Don't worry about it. I got you. I won't forget. So go ahead and yeah, go ahead and get dinner, and I promise you, actually, I don't want to promise anything, but I will go through it. I got you. Last year, I was locked out of my Airbnb 3 in the morning in Barcelona. I almost paid an escort to stay at her place until the morning. My landlord wasn't picking up. Sheesh, yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that shit. Thinking if I wake up, my phone can be gone, my wallet's gone. Man, you can't trust them, man. Lomeli, do you fuck with country music? Yeah, it's not my go-to, but I do listen to it. Raw guy making an AI song of Armin or what? We need a song channel in Discord. Bro, that's actually a pretty good idea. Bro, what are we talking about? Bro, those just tuning in are like, what the fuck? Oh man. I was putting the kiss to bed. That's funny. Yeah, chat, there's really nothing that I'm interested in here unless, again, we invert this 5-minute FEG, which we still got an hour. Willing to stay on for that. But so long we stay in this range, like I keep saying over and over again, I think we will chop around. Right? I guess we'll, I'll break down the trade I took this morning. Here, let me remove this. So coming into the morning, I'll do a quick, no more than 5 minutes. The 4-hour had taken out prior day highs while ES didn't. We got divergence. And we had inverted this small little gap here on the 4-hour, right? Where in my head, I'm like, if we wanted to go higher, we should have held that, right? The next level would be that 4-hour gap entry, right? I'll do this in green. At the 671. So that was my target coming into the session. We had relative equal lows, right? We inverted this bullish gaps, which if we were bullish, we should have held, right? Again, we got divergence up here. We have the new week opening gap. So coming into the session, it was pretty easy. I had this breaker here. Breaker. And a fair value gap. Right? On the 15 minutes. So all I did was waiting for that, targeting that 671. So I had my draw set lower. So now my entry model, I guess this also works for premium discount. I have a rough idea of where I want price to go. I have my area of interest. Now premium lines up with my area of interest. So this is like a A++ in my books, right? We have a swing high here as well in premium. So all I waited for was price to get to that area. We got there. So on the 1 minute, I would zoom in and wait for a change in state, which we got here. So I took the short here, targeting that level like that. And as price was developing, I was waiting for the 15 minute to close. So if the 15 minute was to close underneath this order block here on the 15 minute, I was looking to add. So as soon as we closed, we also inverted the 1 minute invert here. So I moved my stop lower and I added another contract, right? So I guess you call it the second trade looked like this, for a better R to R. It was 3.3. And I just literally just let it do its thing. And I took out the position literally right here. My limit order was at like 675 or so. Perfect way of, yeah, at this point we were in premium of the range, in a 15-minute breaker, in a 15-minute fair value gap, in a hourly invert, right? The hourly invert here. The hourly bearish order block, after the 4 hour took out prior day's high and created divergence at the highs after inverting the bullish fair value gap here on the 4 hour. And the daily, basically, there wasn't much on the daily, if I'm honest. So yeah, that was a trade this morning, which was pretty good in my opinion. I know a lot of people try to long this morning, but understanding narrative would have gone a long way. And yeah, that's a way of looking at premium discount. And all I look for is if there's areas of interest, like say for example, the trade looked like this. Say that swing high here was like this, right? I'm not gonna wait for premium of the range because I already have my area of interest identified, which if you guys go back a couple seconds, I mentioned why. We have a 15-minute breaker, 15-minute fair value gap, hourly invert in this area, right? I wouldn't wait for premium to get hit because we're not going to, more than likely, right? So yeah, I guess this is another layer of confluence, but it's not like a by all means am I just waiting for premium or waiting for discount, right? So I took that and I walked away, hit the gym. It was done pretty early. And now we're in this bullshit action. Bullshit ass action that has no urgency in going anywhere. So we'll run the giveaway here shortly. Let me see. What's up, Lomeli? Coming in late today. Hope it was a good day. Yeah, it was a good AM session. PM still waiting. Choppy action, not much happening. Just chatting up on Adam's stories and travel locations. Not literally just chatting. I targeted the 671, so the 4 hour gap entry. So this was my target. I'll put it in red. No, sorry, red. So the 671, it was the 4 hour gap entry, which was the next level in the morning. And I had my limit order. I always set my limit orders right above the level, so I got tagged out literally right here. But the target was 671. was like a 3.5R trade as a whole. Jake was right on this morning with direction fire. Hell yeah, he was. Where do you stream AM? I don't stream AM. AM is Jake's. Oh, no, I didn't hold for it. Nah. Nah, if you want to see the executions, I posted them on my story. Check it out. It's but nah, I literally just targeting that level. Hour trade likely or not? Based off of what we're getting right now, no. No. And I mean, granted, FOMC, so even more inclined not to look for anything. Have you ever been to Chamonix, France before? Never. I didn't even know that was a place. Chamonix. Bro, more side lateral raises? What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, man? Yeah, Jake's doing FOMC tomorrow, and I'll be back Thursday. He said he's stealing it. Yeah, yeah, he's doing FOMC tomorrow, chat. So tune in for Jake. I didn't think about FOMC. Good call out. Yeah, so yeah, FOMC tomorrow. The price is literally just anticipating the announcement. So it's literally just essentially saving its juice for later, in my opinion. Unless we get a big displacement to the upside, I'm not touching it. I literally set an alert at 522 and staring at chat for now. Less side lateral raises. What are we saying, Chad? Do I need to do more side lateral raises? Is that what we're saying? Yeah, let's see. I'll open up the poll here, and we'll collect the names. For the giveaway here. Log in. What a chill PM session today, chat. Okay, so the giveaway is open here for the next 5 minutes. This is gonna give me a brain like I read it and then I just got spammed with enter. This is gonna give me a brain aneurysm. Just staring at price or what? Yeah, enter away, chat. Enter away. Giveaway is open for the next 4 minutes, and as soon as the 4 minutes are over, we'll go ahead and run it. So enter away, chat. Enter away. Enter away, chat. Leaving that poll open. We'll do the giveaway and then we'll get back to price here. Holy shit. Can I share a song? Yeah, go ahead. Share a song, brother. Send it through, Mitch. Do you watch soccer? Not so much, honestly. I'll for sure be watching the last couple of games, but for now, I don't think I've watched one single game. Giveaway is open for another 2 minutes, chat. 2 minutes. Check the Discord chat. I got you. Let's see what Mitch's talking about, chat. Let's see. Ready? Armani.
I stepped outside of the hotel, tired and going crazy. The mistake was being alone. I had gotten lazy.
Wait, hold on, Armin. I just want you to know that it's all jokes. Before I play Mitch's song, I don't know if it's a sensitive topic still. If it is, let me know and I won't play it. But that's just. We good, Armin? I'll go ahead and play it. All right, Mitch's songs are fire. Let's go.
Whispered in my ear, let me make you a man. She said, if you come with me, it'll be a night.
Oh my
You'll
God.
never forget. 5 minutes later, through a doorway in the alley, and I'm laying in bed. She was looking sweet while I was in the heat, and suddenly her hands started reaching for me. She said, "We got $5," but I said, "No, I don't." Then her grip got really strong, and I noticed her hand. It was a
Some like, come on. Oh man. No, it's all jokes, Armin. All jokes. You guys. All right, so 19 seconds left. Go ahead and enter. I was dead. Fucking Mitch. There's 10 seconds left. 9 seconds. Go ahead and get the final entries here. You said wait. Did you enter or no? Late. I'll open it just for you. Go ahead. Resume entries. Go ahead and enter now, brother. I think you entered too late. Okay, regardless. Okay, I'll close it now. Close. All right. Ready? Ready, chat? All right, the winner is MMC4L. MMC4L. Are you on here, chat? Bro said rigged. Oh, man. Hey, have you ever won before, MMC4L? Have you ever won before on any other streams? Never? Got you. So, congrats, my guy. DM me on Instagram at Lomeli Trades. Make sure it's on Instagram. People saying rigged. DM me on Instagram. Make sure it's on Instagram, and we'll. Armin, they're about to be like, double it and give it to the next person. They're about to be like, I don't want it. I watch your reels. That's how I found you. My guy. Fuck yeah. All love. Appreciate you. Did you come in from the link on the story, or how'd you come in? I've been kind of testing it out, posting links every day and seeing if we get more viewers. And but yeah, that's fire. Appreciate you, my guy. Long now, you said? You pop on my new feeds a lot, your content? My guy, fuck yeah. That's the goal. No, I'm not longing anything or shorting anything. Hey, bro, I'm on a Lucid Pro 25K. I'm over the consistency of 40%. I got to make 2,000 to get the 1,000 payout, and I got like 650 drawdown left. What would you do? Go for 300 or some different? You're over the consistency of 40%. I got to make you only have 650 drawdown left then? So what's the account balance at? So you have 650 a drawdown. You have to make 2,000 to get over the 1,000 payout. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, just if you only have 650 drawdown left, the least I would go is 3 trades of like 200, 250, 250, and then the last one be like 150 or something. That's how I would go about it. Horrible day for me. Long at swing high, short at the swing low. Horrible psychology management. Hey, so long you're understanding what happened. I think that's what matters. But for me, my worst days come from flipping biases a lot. If I for example, like if I were to take a long in the morning and then I try to switch and it was red, I try my hardest not to switch short. Because for me, I realize that if I'm red on that short and my long thesis plays out, that triggers me so much. So I'd rather take the long, not flip, and see the short play out, and then afterwards figure out why was I wrong on bias, right? And if a second trade presents itself to the upside, then I take it, and I would much rather take the 2 losing trades for the session be on the same direction. Because then for me, it triggers a lot of just mental chatter. I'm all over the place mentally when I do that. Dude, flipping and then instantly, and then the original idea works is yeah, exactly. I hate that. I'm out, Lomeli. Best of luck. If you take anything, see y'all tomorrow. Hey, Miller, appreciate you, brother. I'll see you tomorrow. Keep crushing it. Why not short it? You could short it. I personally don't trade like that. Right, and it's not breaking low of day, actually. I don't trade low day breakouts. No risk, no Rari. No risk, no Eurus. Yeah, based off of this action, we'll probably look to finish it close to the 12:30 mark. Or I guess 3:30 mark for Eastern. 12:30 my time. And unless we get big displacement. Unless we get displacement to the upside, I'm not looking to take anything. We got divergence here. Your long bias as well, waiting for a breakdown or breakout to the upside. Same, my guy. Papa needs a brand new pair of shoes. Oh shit, bro, it's crazy. Every time I go to the mall, I'm due for some shoes, but I can never find ones that I like. I guess I have some. I have a handful of pairs, right? But I'm missing some like daily shoes for wearing jeans, and I was looking for like some bulkier ones, all black, and can't find some that I like. So where's our next travel destination, Mitch? Shit. I don't know. I love Costa Rica. It whispers New Balance statues. Oh man. Look up Alan Edmonds. Alan Edmonds. Alan. Where have I seen these? They look like there's this store here at in San Jose. It's called Clark, and they look just like them. I have a handful of these, but I was talking about more like streetwear shoes, I guess you could call them. Literally something like I don't know, like some I don't know, something like this, right? But just some like a different brand. And I can't really find any other brand that's like bulky. These shoes are bulky as it is. Yeah, I have a big variety of shoes. I go from very dressy, very streetwear, very yeah. The one and all. You know what's crazy, chat? I was looking at I'm not even joking. I was looking at my fucking shampoo the other day. Tell me why I said fucking, like I bought it at Sprouts. And tell me why I said like, all right, it has like shampoo or whatever for hair, and then underneath it says for dishes. It says clean, scrub your. I'm not even making this up. I'll go grab it right now and show you guys. I'm like, what the fuck? It's supposed to be like it's like an all-in-one type of shit, but I didn't read the back. It's supposed to be like this organic. I swear to God, man, I'll go grab it and show you guys if you guys don't believe me. I was like, what the fuck? It literally has for clothes, for dishes, for Dr. Bro. No, it's similar to that one. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I was here like, and then I read the label for the first time. Granted, I bought this like twice already. I'm like, holy shit. Watch. You want to see this shit? Hold on, give me a second. Had to run. But watch. Funny. So it looks like it says all-purpose soap, right? Come on, let it focus. Maybe move out. Picture. I want you guys to read this. Hold on. All right, whatever. It says tallow and honey, all-purpose soap, fragrance-free. And then how to use, it says for your face, hair, body, and hands, right? I was like, all right, cool. That's for me, right? And then first thing I did, though, is I looked at the ingredients. Beef tallow, extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, whatever. I was like, all right, cool. Hair, face, cool. I'll take it. All organic. Tell me why yesterday I read number 2 through 6. It says dishes, laundry, fruits and vegetables. I'm like, what the fuck? Man, bro. I'm not even joking. Watch. 2 through 4. Dishes, laundry, Fruits and vegetables, shaving. I'm like, what am I doing, man? I trust me, I haven't felt more of a man than reading that shit. I was like, man, this is such a fucking guy thing to do. Literally scrub your hair and then go wash some dishes. You have the same shit? Yeah, it's fuck. I mean, I like it, but it's just, I don't know. I was there to fuck it. I was laughing at myself. Men shampoo 9-in-1. Bro said engine oil. Man, that's funny. That boy, Alex, my guy, fruits and vegetables. For hair is on there. Just gotta dilute it. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't do. I don't dilute it. I don't see the problem. Yeah, hey, me neither. Me neither. I use that for, and then I'll use the native one for the body wash. Yeah, who the? Yeah, bro's always on here talking about corn dog. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's kind of, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, man. It was funny the first time, but shit. Yeah, chat, we're literally railing towards low of day. At this point, not really interested in anything. Dog, this chat today's hilarious. Man, today felt cool. I feel like when chat is literally days like today where we're kind of talking back and forth and price isn't doing much, I love, because I don't feel pressured to look at chat look at charts and put on any risk whenever I really don't want to put on risk, right? Can we trade corn? What even is the ticker symbol for corn? Yeah, the liquidity is probably horrible. You probably enter, you'd get filled up here or some shit. So yeah, we're trading lower. Let's see, where's ES at currently? It's looking like price wants to go take out the new week opening gap, which if it does, we get a 15-minute/5-minute entry. Yeah, I'm open-minded, but I'm not gonna, more than likely not taking anything, but I am open-minded to shorts. But I want to see more. Definitely want to see more. Because they're sitting right inside the 4-hour gap, or sorry, order block. The hourly just went back to retest that order block here on the hourly. Display slower. So now literally the only level down below us would be the gap entry. Would be this level. If the 4-hour doesn't hold, but for now, literally just hands off. I'm literally just looking at price here, not looking to put on anything. Let's see, chat. Oh shit. My bad, chat. I'm sorry. Sorry. I hello forgot to change this the screen. If you drop the F-bomb, they censor us. Just found that out. Swear. Okay. Is that actually true? Okay. If that is true. Oh, in the chat. I was thinking they got some whole AI shit on YouTube, censoring streams. They censored my chat, huh? Shit, I wouldn't doubt it, but yeah, I should probably do a better job at not cursing much. Not true. Streamers swear all the time. Right, guys, on the family account. Been watching too much Dora the Explorer. Right, guy. I wouldn't trust anyone who doesn't swear. No, they will not censor your channel. Fuck it then. Yeah, right, guys, start spacing it out. Yeah, I guess I need a. It's funny, when I first started stream, my mom watched a couple of the streams. She was like, you should stop swearing so much. Which it's understandable. She actually got me thinking about it. Later, Mitch. How's it going, brother? So we're reacting off that 4-hour order block. Yeah, this action looks like it's... We went down to tap the 0.79 of the fib, the invert on the 4-hour, the daily. We already tapped into the invert on the daily. The 15-minute. This is premium of the range here. Trying to see if a long off that invert would be valid, but nah. The reason why is ES tapped into that 4-hour order block here, slash BPR. Is it a fuck yes? Not necessarily, not yet. I want to see this invert and then trade the pullback. Yeah, the 15-minute is still delivering bearish, so no reason to fight against that. I think the more obvious draw here coming into into the close, if we don't invert this, would be Friday low. But for now, yeah, not looking to take anything, honestly. 7 minutes left on stream. Looking to just chat it up here. This action is fucking cooked, bro. Yeah, it's not the greatest. Which, again, what else do you expect from the PM session before FOMC day? You said, Lomeli, I just went to McDonald's and they gave me a Coke instead of a diet free. What do I do? What the fuck? Why is that shit funny, man? What do I do? I just picture you in your car driving home like, shit, should I go back? I would just drink the regular Coke. I'm the type, if they bring me a steak and I ask for well done and they bring it to me medium well, I'll still eat that shit. You're going to the egg store. You're going to egg the store? Nah, I don't do that. Control your emotions, man. Do stop with the reversing. I'm shorting. Yeah, it's not the best action, chat, unfortunately. But that's what trading is, right? We wait. So we inverted this gap here. I hate taking trades this deep into this late into the session, but yeah, I'm not gonna do anything here. I was contemplating that 5-minute invert, but the 15-minute still clearly delivering bearish. So I'm not gonna try to force anything here. Super rangy, been able to catch some decent setups, scalps, playing with fire. Yeah, it's that it hasn't, as far as like AM goes, AM has been good in my opinion. It's just PM here that is very rangy. Let me grab a chair, chat. What's up, Miller? What's up? We're sitting finally. Man, that run yesterday got to me. Fucking sore. Woke up hella sore. Sometimes it feels weird. The more and more I get into this, I'm literally just talking to a screen. I'm talking to a camera, but sometimes I get these weird feelings during stream where I'm like literally in a room by myself. I don't know, just random thoughts here. Random slow action thoughts, chat. Not trying to not do anything here. Yeah, for me to take anything, the 15-minute would have to get a change of state, and by then market would close. So I'm not touching anything. This would be, I guess, an early entry, which I marked up here. But yeah, it's much lower probability given the day's profile has been bearish. And yeah, the 15-minute still delivering bearish. But I do like this little 3 push pattern here. Try to go down once and then one last time and completely rejected. What did we reject? The 4-hour order block. And we got a 5-minute invert. But again, wouldn't be taking that. Just watching price here. Just, I guess you could call it tape reading. Just tape reading. Let me see. Just for the fuck of it. Just for the fuck of it. Let's put on 100 minis. I'd be like, chat, we're long in chat. This is paper, by the way. Just the tape read. We'll be up $500,000 if TP hits. It's crazy that people actually do this, which is wild. That's funny, man. Everyone here is really AI and you're just talking to yourself. That'd be crazy. Don't be sorry for yourself. I'm talking to a screen and losing money. At least you're not losing money. Man, that's funny. No, I don't feel, it's a weird feeling. Why Jake just sent a random love you guys on IG? What do you mean? On Instagram, my guy? Let me see. All done with stream. Where's the yeah, literally all done. It's 12:30 here. I'm too lazy to journal 2 trades. Nah, you got it, brother. Better to journal two trades than 150 trades like that one other guy here. Shit, at that point I'd be like, fuck the 150 trades. I'll see you tomorrow. The only reason I do 150 trades in one session is if I was on Adderall looking at the 15-second chart. That's the only reason. In radio is the same. You talk to the mic. You know if it listeners. Can't see one of them. Yeah, it's a weird feeling because literally as soon as I click off on the stream, I'll go to my kitchen. I'll like in this case I'll go shower, and it's like I didn't talk to anyone, but I genuinely did talk to people. I talked to 200 people, or in this case total views over 2,000 people, right? A weird feeling. Yeah, chat, that's basically it for me. A little slower session than usual. Nothing presented itself. So what did I do? Remain cash. Jake will be on for tomorrow's PM stream, so stay tuned for Jake's. And yeah, as far as today, we got Wrong. Make sure you tune in for Wrong's session. He is it's his birthday, so go and wish him a happy birthday there. And then you got Azing tonight. Would be cool to all meet up in person and try to guess who's who. Bro, yeah, Miggy. I feel like that's what the yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say too much, but Jake has talked about some things. And yeah, it'd be cool to like, you're Miggy, oh shit, you're Rye Guy. I mean, I guess I partially know what Rye Guy, I know what a handful of you guys look like based off of Instagram. Like Miggy, Rye Guy, I know. Of course, Mitch. Who else? Who else? Adam. Alex. You're busy tomorrow? No, I think Jake just really wants to stream FOMC, so I'm gonna go ahead and let him do that. And I mean, he thrives during FOMC, where I barely even. Yeah, I don't like trading during FOMC. Yeah, that's basically it for me, chat. Appreciate you guys for watching. Hope it's yeah. Actually, I think I might go to Chicago as well. Yeah, I have a whole lot of trips for inside the country coming up here in the month of July, August. So that should be fun. I think I'm literally doing New York twice, probably maybe 3 times. Then then partially maybe Chicago. So shit, who knows? What I'm excited for in Chicago is Illuminati's. You guys know what Illuminati's is? Let's see if you guys are really from Chicago. You're in Miami, you're planning a trip to Chicago to see fam? Hell yeah. Fire ass pizza. Bro, when I tell you that every single day, I tried Illuminati's the first day I got to Chicago. I was there for 3 nights, 4 days essentially. Every single day, I would have my breakfast, and literally around 3-4 p.m., I would go to Illuminati's, eat a whole damn pizza by myself. Best pizza you'll ever have. Best deep dish pizza you can ever eat. Used to live in Chicago, would fly to meet y'all. Where do you live at, Miggy? Yeah, yes, the pizza isn't that good, bro. I think it was really good. Stop loss executed on the paper. Yeah, all done here. All done with trading. I thought it was really good. Have you gone upstairs? Upstairs at Illuminati's? No. Rosebuds or Rush Yum, Grant, Italy? Grant Italian? You're in North Carolina? Fire, fire. Bro, right guy, I can eat. It's funny, I can eat. It's funny, like when yeah, it's funny when I first met my girl, I would their parents would invite me over for dinner. Their parents do not eat, I'll tell you that much. They had a whole thing. I don't know if you guys know what ceviche is. It's like this Mexican dish with like shrimp and tomato, onions, sometimes jalapeno, but it's a type of seafood. They had a whole bowl, right? I genuinely thought the bowl was for myself. That's how small it was. And they put the bowl in front of me. I'm like, all right, this is interesting. It was like a Tupperware type of bowl, right? Where you go ahead and close it up. I genuinely thought the bowl was for myself. No, it was for a family of 5 plus myself. I was like, shit. I'm used to eating the whole thing by myself. But I know I can really eat. Not that it's something to brag for, but I'm a big guy, I guess. I have a big appetite. And yeah. But yeah, whole deep dish pizza by myself. Fucking yeah, I genuinely miss that pizza. Gotta stack them gains. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of, yeah, exactly, Latin American countries. And then they have the aguachiles, I think, in some parts of Mexico. Man, say good looking out, fam. Oh, that's funny. No, it's funny though, because now they know how I eat. So they make sure whatever they make twice as much. It's funny because I grew up with a brother, and bro, we would eat, to this day we eat a lot. My dad's also big, as far as like he's 6'3". At his heaviest he was probably like 230, 240, and I'm talking about he was fit, right? So we grew up in a family where everyone was pretty big, and we would just, eating was normal, right? And it was pretty, I would say, healthy food. Yeah, chat, that's it for me. As long as jalapenos is and is spicy, we'll be into a Mexican food. Hell yeah. Elder Powers, my guy. Good night, brother. Yeah, I'm all out of here, brother. Or brother, chat. I'm gonna go ahead and shower and get going with my day. But see you guys for PM or actually not for PM tomorrow. Jake will be streaming PM tomorrow, and tune in for Wrong and go wish Wrong a happy birthday. Later. See you later. Have fun. Fuck yeah. See you guys. Appreciate you guys who are still watching me talk about yapping. Nothing. Will you please quickly show me? I broke it down, Noise. I broke it down. Just rewind the video, and when I talked about the trade, I briefly broke it down for like 5 minutes. I got you. I broke it down though. I didn't forget about you. Miggy, see you later, Jennifer. Man, it's cool. It's cool that I kind of get to know different names. Like now that I see Miggy, I think Jennifer. I got you, Noise Vision. Got you. Kavita, I got you. You out? Grab lunch? Yeah, I'm all out. I'm just kind of honestly here fucking, it's hard to say bye to chat because I'll be like, all right, chat, I'll see you guys later, and then 3 comments or 3 questions or comments or whatever will pop up. Peace out, bro. Be creative, my guy. Have a good rest of your day. Great session, man. Nice and chill. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I also got. Nothing forced, and I hope I was able to save some of you guys from blowing accounts here. And bro said leave. You're a good guy, Lomeli. My guy, I appreciate you guys a ton. Again, I'm very, very grateful for everyone that tunes in daily. I don't take it for granted, as I know it is a very, very, I don't know, just to take up 2 hours of your guys' day is I feel nothing but gratitude in my heart, genuinely from the bottom of my heart. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. All right, last piece. Later, chat. I'm out of here, because if not, I'll keep yapping. Later, chat.